All right. Not again. I swear we need to stop.
Yeah, like actually, yeah.
It's like you're trying.
We will get sued eventually.
I don't even care about getting sued. It's just it's just like because we start to a podcast.
You're gonna immediately turn people off to listening to this show.
Do you guys think that people listen to podcasts to fall asleep or something? Who would do that, right? I mean, come on.
Maybe it's the morning. They're listening in their car or something.
There you go.
All right, we did it. We did the full thing.
We did it.
Good.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Three Guys and a Bear Talk About Football.
Bear's back. Welcome
Bear's
back.
back. You made it. So let's hop right in right away to that Patriots-Colts game Thursday night. And big surprise, Patriots beat the Colts.
Let me hit you with a hot take.
Ooh.
Just to make it spicy right out of the gate here for this conversation, because I know it's pretty routine what's going on here with the Patriots being the top of the AFC East. Tom Brady's looking like a god. Looks like a god again. And all
See you next week, everybody. Thank you.
Well, listen. I want to make the case for James White being one of the best players in the NFL right now.
Okay, I'm looking at his stats. 2 carries, 0 yards. Continue.
Straight up bar. No, now look down at the receiving column.
Yeah, no, you're not
10
wrong.
receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Pretty common, actually, on the stat line for him. He doesn't get a lot of carries in the backfield, but he's one of the purest point scorers in the NFL I've ever seen before. In the Super Bowl against the fucking Falcons, where we came back for like 28-3, the good old memes.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that game.
Yeah, that whole thing that happened.
That was the Falcons.
Yeah, the Atlanta
was it.
Falcons. If anybody forgot, that happened to the Atlanta Falcons.
I remember.
James White, I'm not going to look up the stat, but I'm going to just make up something off the top of my head. He was responsible for like 20 plus of those points that we got coming back in that comeback victory. Like, he scored the touchdowns. He scored the 2-point conversions. Like, people forget like just the full spectrum of plays and stuff. Sure, that like it's a team sport. Obviously, it takes a full complex team effort to get shit done. But eventually, somebody just has to do the one thing that gets the ball across the goal line. And some people aren't very good at that. James White is phenomenal at it.
Yeah. Hey, before you continue, can I have a little aside?
Yeah.
Stat trackers. We should put 2-point conversions for players in their touchdowns column, because it's the same thing. I'm just putting it out there.
In a touchdown?
Yeah.
We should have like a separate column for it.
Dude, when you have a 2-point conversion column.
Just put it on the special teams.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm just saying, because like with the 2-point conversion, like, you gotta keep in mind, like, it's like scoring 2 touchdowns in a row when a team is doing that. And if a player runs it in for 2, it's a touchdown.
A player.
Player? All I'm saying, all right? All I'm saying. You may continue.
Don't boil his argument down to the goddamn playoff.
I don't even know what kind of take that is. Is it even a hot take, what I just had?
No, I think that's just a side note, interesting thing to consider.
Fair enough.
It's not even really necessarily related to James White, although
in no way,
very good at scoring those 2-point conversions. Like I'm saying, like he's just he's clutch. He just makes shit happen when he needs to, and he scores.
It's like if he was on any other team but the Patriots, though, would he have the same effect?
That's the question we end up asking all the time, though, right? And usually it's like not the same. And like I think Wes Welker is kind of like the case study of this, right? Where we look at a guy who was just like phenomenal in the Patriots system as a slot receiver, and then he goes over to Denver and he's like, oh, okay, he's just kind of not that great.
In fairness to Wes, though, and I mean it's not really in fairness because I'm about to shit on him a little bit, but like the reason he left the Patriots is because he ended up having like a bunch of drop balls problems, and that just kind of followed him for the next couple of years.
He also had a lot of concussions.
Yes,
they're at a point they're like bubble wrapping his head, duct taping.
And of course, you're gonna get worse when you get a concussion.
Yeah, he had 2 in the final year, and that's why he quit, because he's like, yeah, you know what? I got a lot of money. I'm good, actually.
I love that so many people are getting to that point. Like, and I know we are talking about this already with the fact that somebody got up and fucking retired mid-game. Like by the time they're age 30, they're like, fuck this, I'm done. I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need this shit.
Dude, okay, again, I mean, I know we're going totally tangential here, but one of the knocks on Josh Rosen pre-draft was that, like, oh well, he's rich. He doesn't need the NFL. Like, motherfucker, if you get drafted, no one needs the NFL after 1 year.
Yeah.
That's it. That's you have money for the rest of your life. That's it. You're done. You're good.
Well,
Like,
depending
come
on
on.
the guarantee.
The minimum salary is like $500K.
And you say that, but like at the same time, the bankruptcy rate for NFL players is fucking skyrocketing.
Well, that's
so.
but
I wouldn't say
you
they're
give it
set
20
for life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you do it right, you can be set for
Well,
life. But
okay. Well,
all I'm saying is compared to, yeah, but like, I'm just saying, like, putting that as a knock on a player for being, from a wealthy family just doesn't make any sense, because if any of the QBs, like every single one of those QBs, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, they were all picked in the top 10, right? Like those guys all have like their contracts are regulated and they're making like $10 million. They're good. They're all good.
Well, I would hope that if you've gotten to this point in your football career and you don't enjoy just playing football, that I don't.
You probably would have hung it up already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
Yeah.
James
Anyway.
really good. And
Yeah.
the Patriots are really good again. I know that's so weird.
oh wow,
Josh Gordon caught a touchdown.
I was
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
was gonna say.
Yeah.
I just
God.
remember
Two-
Josh Gordon got
2 for
not
50.
even a touchdown. Number 500 was it?
That was
500?
500,
5,000 or whatever.
Yeah, Josh Gordon caught not only a touchdown, Josh Gordon caught Tom Brady's 500th touchdown pass in his career.
And you know what?
In traffic, in the midst of two defenders, a 30-yard fucking pass.
Now,
That's
I will
beautiful.
say it's the
That's
Colts.
what-
So that's like catching against the college defense.
or the
No,
Bucks
but-
defense.
I'll tell you what, like watching that play just hurt me inside, because I've seen that so many goddamn times. And I swear to God, like it was just beautifully executed. Like
it
he
was
went
like
right
you can't
through.
hate on the fact that it was
No,
such a
it was-
beautiful play.
It was
right?
just,
Oh.
it was as beautiful as I am fearful of Josh Gordon and the Patriots. That's what that's what it was, because it was like it was designed to get Josh Gordon open at the last second, and I hate
Yeah,
it, 'cause it's
exactly.
so-
Like it was designed to let him make a fucking play at the last moment, and he
Yeah.
did, and he was so good.
It's a trust pass, and I hate
Yeah.
it because he's been there for 2 weeks. He should not be throwing trust passes to fucking Josh Gordon. All right.
Can I pat myself on the back a little bit to say that I'm the only one out of the three of us originally who thought that Josh Gordon was going to do something like this and actually have an impact on the Patriots, while Coach and Rob were kind of, I don't know.
Can we
Well,
roll
the
back
thing
the
was-
tape here?
yeah,
I
roll-
don't know.
Pretty
Roll
sure that
I'm
that
pretty
your boy-
sure I wasn't like Josh Gordon. He's not going to do anything. It was more along the lines of I don't know if
Josh
he's going to
Gordon
get
with
out
Bob
to the
Brady. What?
field.
How's that going to be productive?
It was more like, is he off drugs or like is he on
Hmm.
drugs again? Because like obviously when he's on the field, I'm like not going to bet against him. It's just the off-field issues.
It's
that
hilarious
made
how
me concerned.
reasonable of a take that is when you're talking about this guy. So here's the thing, he's going to be a great wide receiver for the Patriots if he stops doing drugs.
Well,
Yeah, more or less.
much better.
As long as he doesn't murder someone before the game starts.
Also true. Yeah, very.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, in fairness, the drug that he was caught for was marijuana. So, I mean, I feel like it's not likely that he's going to be killing
Right.
anyone.
It's
on-
funnier to say drugs though. In the
Oh, yeah, no, that's a fair point. Yeah.
Drugs.
But yeah,
Um,
the 2 for 50 on Josh Gordon just it looked great on my bench this weekend.
Yeah.
I wish I
Um,
would have played him.
By
Yes,
the
sir.
way, just a little flashback to the Falcons where they lost in that Super Bowl. I just wanted to. It brought back some bad memories because I was like, haha, Falcons. I was like, Packers lost them in that championship game. That could have. I like completely repressed that entire game because I was like, this is it. Another Packer Patriots Super Bowl. And then I was like, why 40-0? All right.
Oh, I forgot it was that bad. Oh no,
It
yeah,
was
right.
really bad.
Dude, but going in like that Super Bowl that year, the Falcons, they had like a historic offense, right? Like it was like
Yeah, it
one
was
of,
really
if,
good.
if not like
Julio
the
Jones
highest
was
scoring.
playing out of his fucking mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane. So
And
you
we
know.
had like our terrible secondary covering him. It was really
Yeah.
bad. And then we were turning the ball. It was almost like I'd rather have that though than the Seattle championship game where your heart just gets ripped out. and
Oh,
stomped
yeah.
on. But anyway,
I mean,
yeah.
I figure you may be like me as a Packers fan, maybe not quite to the same extent, where any season where you didn't get at least to the Super Bowl, you just sort of forget about.
Yeah, well, it hits that point where everyone's like, they're wasting Aaron Rodgers' career. And I'm like,
Yeah,
guys, we need to stop wasting Aaron Rodgers' career. Right? Only one Super Bowl? What is
How
this?
old
It's
is he, for God's sake? He's not even 30 yet.
It's like
I know,
34.
34. Oh, God, you're
Yeah.
wasting Aaron Rodgers' career.
I know. We need to stop.
This is like Rob and I have a bond because as Bucks and Jets fans, we don't have this luxury of, oh, well, we're wasting.
Didn't make the playoffs. This is disgusting.
Wasting Jameis Winston's career. Not Jameis.
All right, Fitzpatrick.
Oh, the Fitzmagic.
Yeah, both of you fuckers have had 20 years of my season starts in January, I think. Is that's
yeah,
when we can start watching.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think last year was like the first year we missed the playoffs in 9 years, and everyone was like, can we fire everyone? Like, all right.
I'd like to start over.
Yeah. So let's keep going with some of these games. Buccaneers were off, luckily, for Invicta.
Yeah, go Bucks. No loss. Good job.
Just another mention of the off teams real quick. Can we just briefly mention the fact that the Bears are all of a sudden incredibly good?
3-1, dude.
Bears are pulling like a Cubs. Like the Cubs were so bad for so long, then they got really good because they just stockpile a lot of talent. That's pretty much what the Bears have done.
I mean, they also added the best defensive player in the league right now.
Well, yeah, that also helps quite a bit. But they had the assets to acquire him from being so bad.
Yeah, true.
Right.
That's a
Yeah,
valid
but
point.
even so, you know.
Yeah.
He's all
So
right. I mean,
it's
I'm
like-
not saying I wouldn't kick him off my defense. He's okay.
Dude,
he
I
can go
gotta
to camp if he wants.
Yo, if the Bears, I mean, I know it's a long shot anyway, but I mean, anything can happen in the playoffs. But if the Bears end up in the Super Bowl, how much shit is John Gruden going to get for the rest of his goddamn life, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
The Bears all of a sudden transform into a Super Bowl team for like 1 year.
That's assuming Al Davis Jr. doesn't murder him for the $100 million fiasco that he is right now.
Well, I've watched the Bears like every year, having to live here and watch them, and then it's just like the last few years. Like last year, they had a lot of really promising games where they would lose really close games, and then this year they're like starting to win those games because their defense is so good. So
Yeah.
it's like they're just emerging as like a very good team. Like once Trubisky starts coming out of his shell, like I still don't count the Buccaneers as a big game for him because, you know,
Excuse me.
Invicta knows.
Excuse me, I'm here. You can talk to me, Coach. I'm right here. I remember.
But yeah, I think they're definitely going to be getting better and better. So the Bears are going to be a spicy meatball, if I do say so myself.
Oh, yeah.
Just watching
but
the Josh Gordon catch again is just incredible.
It's very nice. It's very
how
annoying.
about
how nice
how,
it is.
how about the Jets?
Yeah,
34-16 over the Broncos.
Look at that.
So yeah, I mean, it was a rout, man. Like it was, honestly, the score makes it seem even closer than it really was because a lot of those points at the end were just kind of garbage time stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'll lead with talking about. I'll lead with the bad news. Okay.
All
So
right.
let's talk about Sam Darnold.
All right.
Okay. If you just look at his numbers, right, and you don't pay attention to the completion percentage, 198 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. That seems pretty fucking good, right? I mean, that's 98.1 QB rating. That's, you know, he had a good time. However, it is 10 of 22.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Arnold.
but
Oh,
dude,
Darnold.
here's the thing, right? Like, so 2 of his touchdowns were like to a wide open Robbie Anderson, just being faster than the Denver Broncos, which is what he can do if he stops goddamn fumbling this year. So I'm pretty happy about that Robbie Anderson had 2 touchdowns on the day, because that's the kind of shit that he can do, and why I was telling people in the beginning of this podcast, like, everybody's sleeping on Robbie Anderson, and then like for the 2 straight weeks he was like, oh, Robbie Anderson lost us the game. That's cool. But yeah, so that's something that he can do. So I'm excited about that. And a thing that I was frightened with Darnold that I mentioned last week was that his deep accuracy is not always there on those 2 shots. Perfect. It was amazing. The 3rd touchdown was a Terrell Pryor touchdown, and Terrell Pryor so far this year has been very disappointing to me. However, this touchdown was, I'm gonna be straight up, it was kind of poorly thrown. It was overthrown. Like Sam was trying to hit it in that perfect pass range, but he went like a little outside, and fucking Terrell Pryor just like went and got it with one hand and pulled it in, and it was just like, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to watch. It's something that I don't see the Jets do. I've been watching this team for a decade and I've never seen it. So like, overall pretty decent, but our play calling's still garbage. I mean, it's still like half of our plays are fucking hey, let's run a screen to the right to Quincy Enunwa. Oh, they know that we're running a screen because we run it every fucking second down. Oh yeah, well they got the hand on the ball, and that's why Sam Darnold didn't complete that pass.
Yeah, we did that. We did this last week, bro.
Yeah. Well, we're doing it again. Jeremy says it to learn. Yeah. However, the true star of the show was Isaiah Crowell.
I was gonna say, holy shit, dude! 15-yard average nearly.
Yeah,
Wow.
14.6, 219 yards and a touchdown. It is the highest. We had Curtis Martin for years, by the way. Saquon Barkley grew up a Jets fan because he loved watching Curtis Martin. Isaiah Crowell just had the best rushing performance in Jets history.
Nuts.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that's some good shit, man. That guy's crazy fast, and he has the best hype video on the earth. If you guys have never seen it, have you guys seen that?
I have not.
I have most
What?
likely never seen this.
All right, hold on.
You can't. This is a podcast.
We can't.
Oh, I know. I'm just getting it like keyed up for you guys to have in the future, but it's goddamn amazing.
I will probably still not watch it.
You really, trust me, you really should, because it is amazing. Let's just say there are some crows involved. But
right,
anyway, overall, like pretty good. Leonard Williams has had a sack in 2 straight weeks, which is great because we picked him in the same spot that we picked Jamal Adams last year, but we picked him like 2 years ago. And he's been
2015.
Yeah. And he's been good, but he hasn't been, top 10 overall pick good,
Mhm.
So if this is his breakout year, I would be very excited about it. We'll see.
Huh.
Yeah.
The team actually has good players.
There are a few.
Is the Jets defense actually good?
It's weird, right? Because basically our front four pretty much can't get pressure on their own. We have to blitz to get pressure. That wasn't actually true in the Broncos game. They did some good adjustments, and actually importantly, our defense looked a lot better last week, and it's actually for like a bad reason. It's because our defensive coordinator, who's been calling the plays, Casey Rogers, I think he has like an illness or something. I'm not sure. So he wasn't there, and Todd Bowles took over for calling the defensive plays. And just straight up, our defense looked way better. But
That was a good Bear impression.
Not bad.
basically, our D-line is garbage. Our linebackers are maybe pretty good now, but they're not. We don't have any pass rushers even in there. And our secondary is quite good. Morris Claiborne actually has the best passer rating when thrown to in the league right now, I think, according to PFF.
Huh.
So that's really good, but we did spend a shitload of money on Trumaine Johnson last offseason, and I think he's injured now, but he also was really bad when he was on the field, so it was like...
That's good. The Packers almost got him, and then they didn't, so I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. Jamal Adams and Marcus May are beasts, actually, though, so, I don't know. Our secondary is good, but our leading tacklers are from the secondary. So when that happens, you know what that means. That just means that we're, so
I think what Coach was asking you, Rob, is are the Jets for real or not this season?
No. I'm straight up. No, I'll tell you straight up. No, right now, no. If Sam Darnold continues to improve, we could see, because we've seen that with rookie QBs before, where they start out a little shot, rocky, and then like by the end of the year it's like, oh, he's like kind of killing it. So it could happen, but
the average age of your team is like 24.
Yeah. We have a
Mhm.
very young team. It's unfortunate, right? Because I feel like we might have a little bit of a Sashi Browns situation going on, or like a Sean McVay, Jeff Fisher kind of thing. Or
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm kind of hoping for that because it does seem clear that the thing in the NFL now is, oh, you got a rookie QB? I think it's time to fire your defensive-minded head coach and get a young offensive coordinator pulled from college or something and get him to do some weird trick plays, whatever. Fine.
Here, score a billion points.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we do that next year. We'll see. But right now, I do not have a lot of confidence in Todd Bowles.
Okay.
Man, speaking of that, I would love if the Packers fired McCarthy and picked up a young.
It would be about
offensive
time,
mind.
right?
Dude, tell us
It's
about
like-
that Packers-Lions game.
Yeah, so the
Mhm.
Packers lost 31-23, and it probably should have been a lot closer than what it was. So let me tell you about the fun that I got to experience. Number one, we had like 12 penalties. Again, we continue to just have like the most penalties. Some of these are like the Packers' fault, some of them are like the refs' fault, but most of them are just dumb Packer plays. We also had another fun referee mishap where the ball was punted, and then Kevin King, our corner, apparently got hit by it, even though he did not. Everything you like looked at was like, oh, he didn't touch it. Then the Lions recovered it, and they're like, Lions ball, and then they scored a touchdown. So that was a fun way to start. And then Aaron Rodgers still overthrowing some guys. The announcers kept being like, these rookie wide receivers need to learn, but like. One of them was like, it's like St. Brown or Valdez Scantling. Like he got wide open, like he beat the receiver, and then Rodgers just overthrew him. So I think
Dude,
the knee is like
Hold on, I'm
still.
sorry. This is a glorious revelation.
What?
Your receivers' names.
Oh yeah, they got
Equin-
some crazy
St.
names.
Brown.
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Equanimous
Equanimous St. Brown.
It's
Yeah.
straight out of the Key and Peele video.
That's
That's
amazing.
fantastic.
I'm not even
Yeah.
trying to make it feel
Shower
bad.
handle.
That's an incredible name.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
And they're like, they actually look pretty decent. Like they need like another year or two to really get going, but they look like they can be good receivers. But it's at this point where like Rodgers has his knee, so he's kind of not practicing fully, so he doesn't really connect with them all the way. And then he's kind of rusty from not practicing, so he's like overthrowing, underthrowing. There was like a play with Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham dropped it. I thought he played basketball and he was better than that, but apparently,
Didn't he play basketball?
yeah, I thought he played
He was
basketball.
supposed to be better than that, coach.
I wish people
Yeah.
would talk about that more because I
Yeah.
don't know. I want them
interesting
to learn
fact.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he couldn't do that. Our defense gave up a big touchdown to Matt Stafford, who threw a really good ball. So it was a good touchdown. And then just the ultimate top it all off. Even with all those issues, we were still in the game, but Mason Crosby missed 4 field goals and an extra
5, I
point.
thought.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
5 total
Oh,
kicks.
okay,
yeah.
Yeah,
5
the
kicks,
extra point was the 5.
And
then
sorry, coach, to break in just real quick here. Guess who went from on fantasy anyway from Chris Boswell for the Pittsburgh Steelers to Mason Crosby to the Green Bay Packers.
hey,
My kickers have
congratulations.
gotten me a combined total of 3 points this entire
And
season.
you wonder why I took Justin Tucker like in round 8 or
I was
something.
like, I'll just get a kicker. I never draft the kicker before the 10th round.
I've drafted Justin Tucker like every year just because I'm like, hey, he's doing pretty good, and he never like misses anything.
Yeah.
Crosby lost me. I lost 5 points by playing Mason Crosby.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so mad.
Dude, I've said this many times before in other streams and stuff, but I'll put this opinion out here now. I would not want to be a fucking kicker in the NFL.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
You are expected to be nothing short of perfect. There are 32 jobs, pretty much. Like,
Mhm.
teams don't carry an extra kicker. There's like one team in the NFL that does right now. And you don't really get celebrated for succeeding ever, really.
Yeah.
You only get shit on for failing.
It's
Well, you
because
get celebrated if you kick like the game-winning field goal.
yeah, like Graham Gano with the Panthers this week,
Yeah,
kicked
or
like a
Right.
62-yarder or something.
Yeah, but that like
Very
happens like once a year.
Yeah.
Like
look, you are hired to do a very specific, specialized job.
yeah.
And when you don't do it, you know it
It shifts the game.
It does, yeah. Well, I mean, that's
But
what,
I mean, like it's
That was
unreasonable to
12
think that you.
points off the board that
Yeah.
we would have used to win.
Well,
Like, we would've won.
that's what I was gonna say. Is that it's unreasonable to think like, okay, I expect my kicker to have 100% completion percentage. But one thing you shouldn't do is you shouldn't miss 5.
yeah. That's a
No, an
matter-
extra
day.
point at that.
Yeah, no
An
matter
extra
what
point.
you think of the position of kicker, you don't like. Yeah, you can expect to miss 1 or 2 at most, but you miss 5. You had
Well,
one job.
The thing was, I think kicking, it becomes a very mental thing. You start like overanalyzing what you're doing. Because there's
That's
a
like
point,
golf, yeah.
yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago, we almost cut Mason Crosby because he had like a similar thing. He was like multiple games, he just couldn't make a field goal. And everyone was like, cut him. And then he like finally switched it around. He started making like every field goal again. So like, I think he's in a similar kind of mental state or drought, which I really like because at the end of the game, he put Crosby in and he kicked like a 50-yarder. So like, I thought it was good just to get his mental thing back. Like, all right, I actually made one for the next game. Like, so I thought that was good. But then it was still just like, come on, man. Like, some of them were just kind of really bad breaks. Like the one hit the bar and then bounced back out. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it was just everything. That's what, the announcer said that. So it's like, everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And I was like, you know what? If that's one way to just sum up our season right now, that's a great one. The only thing that's gone right was the Bears game where we came back from like 20 points down or whatever. Everything else has just been a shit show.
I mean, at least you don't have a losing record, Coach.
That's
true.
true.
2-1. That's
Actually,
weird.
you have a winning record technically because you have 2.5 wins.
And
Well,
even
you
with
have 2.5
the
losses too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, even with the we're like 500. I mean,
Yeah,
even
it's
with the
500.
Clay Matthews penalty with that Vikings game, Crosby still had a chance to win it. So I mean, it wasn't even like that was the only thing that happened. Like Crosby could have kicked the field, and he did, but then he got ice. So maybe that ice is what
Right.
really messed him up. You don't know.
Froze him up.
Yep,
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on. No,
Well,
I was just going to like kind of like minorly shit on your team. But
Okay, go ahead, please.
Fucking Kenny Galladay on the Lions. Did you guys see that
Yeah.
touchdown?
I did.
I watched Kenny Galladay.
That was just a good throw and good catch.
It was a great throw, and I mean, he stiff armed that man into the shadow realm. So like,
yeah, he did.
And I mean, I saw Kenny Galladay when he was playing the Jets, right? In week 1, and even in that game, like I was like, wow, that guy's really fucking good. Like, so that guy might be a beast in the future.
Mm-hmm.
He's
All
no
I'm
Sam
saying.
Darnold.
Of course, yeah.
It's just overall, I'm not too worried because I think Aaron Rodgers' knee's going to get better. He's going to start rolling. Everything's going to tighten up, and they'll make a push towards the end because this has happened before. It was the point where they're like 4-8 or something, and then they like won out, made the playoffs. They're like 3-5, and like the whole relax thing. Everyone was freaking out, or they'll run the table. Like, there's a lot of things where they just, when you got a good quarterback that can essentially carry you, you're like, whatever, we'll win.
Yeah.
I
mean,
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
So I'm not too worried, but it's still just not fun to watch them be mediocre.
Yeah.
Coach, we got to talk about the game of the week. The game that everyone is incredibly hyped. And I called it last week. We have a new America's team, the Cleveland Browns, Coach Grandor, winning over the Baltimore Ravens.
Can I just say that game-winning kick was one of the worst game-winning kicks I've ever seen.
Amazing.
It was so beautiful.
It was like a chip shot in golf, like out of the sand trap.
It was amazing.
What an incredible 12-9 showing it was.
Okay, but like it actually was an exciting game despite its awful scoring.
It's because everyone's rooting for the Browns right now.
Yeah,
I'm
of course,
telling you.
yeah.
It's America's team, man.
Yeah, they
absolutely.
are. Everybody wants an underdog, and there is no better underdog in literally like all of sports
I
right
see what
now
you did
than
there.
the
Dog
than
pound.
the
I like it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gepardawand. Yeah. But no, like the thing is too, they could have won the game in regulation but they missed the field goal again. It's just like I
Wow,
feel like
yeah, that oh my god, I just watched that overtime chip shot.
Yeah,
right?
That's such a Browns way to win that game.
If you ever had a dead duck version of a kick, that's what that kick would have been.
That's
You know,
like-
whenever you've got like a dead duck of a throw, which is sort of fluttering and just goes right to the ground. That's what that kick looked like, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
If I were the
Yeah.
referee, I wouldn't even symbol like good field goal. I'd be like, I'd put my hands like kind of diagonally and be like, okay, yeah, it technically counts, I guess.
So
It's like, I don't know.
So I read this stat on the NFL subreddit during the week that I wanted to relay to you guys because it's funny. The Browns so far have had every possible outcome for an NFL game in their first 5 weeks. And to put it into perspective, there are 5 possible outcomes. Okay.
What are
So,
they, Rob?
Oh,
They have-
right. We're talking. We got like I can list them off here unless you
Yeah.
want to go ahead and do it.
No,
You got-
well, yeah, go for it.
no, you got the list. You go ahead. You were prepared.
Well,
Yeah, Bear, don't hijack his
Wait,
story.
let's trade
Bear.
off. Let's go.
I hijacked him. That's
Yeah.
I completely hijacked that.
You missed, you missed last week. You're not allowed to do that.
All right, I'm sorry. Rob, this is your thing. You go ahead.
Well, thank you. Yes. Well, so they tied. They won in regulation, lost in regulation, won in overtime, and lost in overtime. They have every single in 5 weeks. That's amazing.
That is pretty amazing.
That's so Browns.
It really is,
At
honestly.
least they're on the
That's
rise
so
now. with all that.
Oh,
Browns.
dude!
Hey.
Actually, speaking of that, so Browns. One thing that I forgot to mention in the Jets game is the last play of the game was an interception return, 104 yards. It wasn't a touchdown. It was it's the longest interception return in NFL history that did not lead.
Do you get caught? 104 yards
Oh my
in.
God.
It is the
Oh my
most
God.
Jets record that I have ever heard in my goddamn life.
That's
It's amazing.
incredible.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Coach Krendor, how do you feel about the Cleveland Browns having the same record as your Green Bay Packers? Coach Krendor.
Honestly, the powerhouse Browns having the same record as us is I'm pretty all right with it.
They're
Are
a
you
half
honored,
game
Coach?
behind the Patriots, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it that
Dude,
way.
how about that one play? I don't know if you saw it in overtime where there was like a clear pass interference, but they're like, the ball was
Yeah.
nowhere near. They like clotheslined him.
I fucking tweeted about that hard. Yeah, there was one dude on Twitter. I'm not calling you out, by the way, because I understand where
Right.
you're coming from. I just want to let this be known. But anyway, there was one dude on Twitter who's like, "Yeah, well, I mean, they obviously threw that flag because it was an uncatchable ball. Yeah, motherfucker, it was uncatchable because they tackled his ass like 3 yards into the route.
Picture perfect tackle. Great.
Well,
play.
even if it's not pass interference, that's got to be like some
Something.
sort of penalty.
You're not allowed to do that, right?
There's gotta be something in the book that
Like
says you can't do
unsportsmanlike
that.
conduct or something.
Like really, like every catch would be uncatchable if they just tackle them when they start the route. Like what the fuck?
Like
would-
it's like if some guys across the field and they just like the ball's nowhere near him, but they just like elbow him in the face or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Now, Rob, look, Sam Darnold's easy to make fun of. Okay, just on his name alone. All right,
Fair enough.
But,
That
But-
forehead.
and forehead, he has a giant. He's like
Yeah.
2 Eli Manning size. But between the two, between Mayfield and Darnold,
Yeah.
they're both very impressive coming right out of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta say that Mayfield so far has been impressing me a little bit more than Darnold has, just because of there's no pre-installed offense to go to in the Browns there. I mean, the expectations are always so low, so I don't
I
know.
think that's why Rob wanted Mayfield.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
Well,
here's the thing.
well, my question was going to be though, would you now that we're 6 games in, 5 games technically, would you, if you had a magic button that you could just swap,
Yeah.
Darnold with Mayfield, would you do it?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I would have done that before the draft. I would have done it after the draft. But look, I'll bring up Mayfield's stats right now, right? Okay, so he's got 838 yards, 58 completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, three picks, right? So it's not terribly impressive, right? In just stats alone, right? And then if you look up Sam Darnold. Now, granted, he's played more games, right? But Sam Darnold's stats are 1,000 yards, 55 completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. And importantly, going into last week's game, remember he scored 3 touchdowns in last week's game. He had more picks than touchdowns a week before. They're both rookies though, so to be honest, right now I'd still make that swap, but that's because I still think a pre-draft read is more important than necessarily what they've both shown, because I think they've both shown to be, pretty good, but also rookies.
I mean, we're also speaking in hindsight here too, but but a compliment I will say though is that I don't remember a pair of rookie QBs that have done what these two have gotten done for a little while now. Just right out of the draft. And keep in mind, this is the Browns and the Jets we're talking about.
Yeah.
And Mayfield putting up 342 is really impressive for a rookie.
Yeah.
Against the Ravens defense too. Like I don't think
Yeah.
What was the prediction? By the way, shout out to Hippo Nora for the he's the person who is keeping track of all these stats that we're throwing out here with our picks and our locks, weekly lock and everything. But every one of us picked the Browns.
Dude.
And I don't know if it's because we were doing it as a goof or not. I mean, I was sort of doing it as a goof because I wanted to see them win. But
okay. Here's one thing that I'll say, right? Okay, the difference between Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Now, look, Hugh Jackson coming into the season was 1-31 as a head coach, right? Obviously, everyone on planet Earth was probably like, how the fuck does he still have his job?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Hugh Jackson is an offensive-minded coach. Keep in mind, the reason that he got head coaching jobs in Oakland and then in Cleveland subsequently was because he made Andy Dalton look like a fucking NFL MVP, right? So he is legitimately a great offensive mind, like hailed in the league, like very well respected in the league for his offensive abilities as a coordinator. Now, is he a good head coach? I think his record says a lot about that, but the difference here is that Todd Bowles is like hands off with the offense on the Jets. Okay, so I fully expect for Baker Mayfield to probably have a better year because I think they have more playmakers on offense, and I think they have a better defense than us, and they have an offensive-minded head coach, just straight up. I mean, and Jeremy Bates, he's putting together the most boring offense I've ever seen. It's like run, pass, run, pitch, fucking, fucking
screen run.
Yeah, like, oh, and hey, the 2 times we let Darnold bomb it downfield, they're 2 massive touchdowns. Maybe we should do more of that. Now let's do run, pass again. So,
in fact, Sam Darnold has the second longest pass in the NFL this season at 76 yards. Does anybody know the first?
I'm gonna say Fitzpatrick.
You would think so, but it is C.J. Beathard, 82 yards.
I love the beat hard, man. He's great.
Speaking of which, they lost to the Cardinals 28-18. But was it really his fault?
I don't think so. Did you guys watch that game?
I did not, because I didn't want to waste my time watching that game.
Yeah. It was not exactly on my priority to watch list. Going back to the Browns really quickly, you know that Cleveland's just loving everything that's going on right now, and you know what? I'm happy for them. I'm legitimately rooting for the Browns.
Oh yeah.
I think everyone is.
And look, I'll fucking double down on it. I said it last week. I still think the Browns are a minimum 7-win team this year, straight up.
I think
we'll see.
I think they can compete for a wild card spot.
I think so too. I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be so great. Just
looking like actually the best team in their division right now. Well, maybe besides
Cincinnati's 4-1.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I saw someone mention something else on the NFL subreddit, but I didn't realize this. The AFC North is basically 3 incarnations of the Browns and the Steelers. Okay, like no, seriously. Historically, remember the Bengals only exist because the head coach of the Browns was I forget his name. It was like either John Brown or something. And he got pushed out, and he's like, "No, I want the Browns. I'm gonna make orange and black team instead of orange and brown team, and put some stripes on them. Call them the Bengals, sure, why not?" And then the Ravens were the Browns that just left to Baltimore. So there's 3 Browns teams in that division.
Yeah.
It's a pedigree formula.
That is
They
true.
got a farm system going on over there, those Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Browns. Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go
Yeah.
Baker touchdown maker, man.
Yeah.
So, again, the bad teams. Did you watch the 49ers Cardinals game?
I did.
How was it?
Not the whole. I didn't watch the whole way through, but I watched bits and pieces.
Rob had to see his true love of Josh Rosen.
Yo, straight up though, like, look, Josh Rosen looked like pretty decent. He had a kind of similar day to Darnie Boy with 10 of 25 completions to attempts. So, that's not great. But he had a touchdown. The touchdown looked really nice, and he looked pretty accurate when he was hitting shots. But for real, CJ Beathard, man, he ain't bad. He threw 54 times yesterday.
I was gonna say that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, I do seriously want to give mad props to Mike Shanahan, or is it Kyle? Which one is the
Kyle
son?
Shanahan,
It's
yeah.
Kyle. Yeah, I want to give mad props to Kyle Shanahan for taking this 2017 third round pick and saying, you know what? I know our guy that we just spent a bajillion dollars on in the offseason went down, but we have you throw 54 times a game, and it kind of worked.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost, but it still kind of worked.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, 350 yards.
I mean, if you throw enough times, eventually someone's going to catch something.
Well, tell that to Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, he's doing great now. I hear he's working with Ryan Leaf.
Right. Yeah. So
Great stuff.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
job,
Well,
CJ. Beat hard. The only man in the league that could compete with Darnold's last name for notoriety.
let's
Well,
go
that
over
and Derwin.
all these other games now. We had the Bills beat the Titans, which I don't get the Bills.
I
don't think the Bills get the Bills.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on over there. It's
So- I
it's
think
a mystery.
Josh Allen's official nickname is Josh Cam Newton Allen because he just keeps rushing in these ridiculous ways that they look like Cam Newton plays actually when he's rushing for touchdowns. But he went 10 of 19 for 82 yards with 1 pick.
Now you're speaking my language, Rob.
But how about those rushing yards? What do we got there?
Well, let's see. LaShawn Shady McCoy,
All you need to
11.5 average, 2
All
carries.
you need to know is Ray McLeod.
I meant Josh Allen's rushing yards, not LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, and that was really the wrong
Bills
stat anyway.
Ran the ball over 40 times.
Yep.
Well.
43 rushes, yeah, for 144 total yards.
That's fucking insane.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They have a lot of confidence in Josh Allen.
I'd also like to point out Josh Allen has been sacked the most in the NFL, and he hasn't even started every game, and he has been sacked 19 times.
That probably explains why they rushed the ball 40 times.
Yeah,
Yep.
But he hurdled a man.
he did. He hurdled a man.
Well,
and the only people sacked more than him are Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson at 18 times.
okay, now you can lay some sack responsibility on the QB.
Hmm.
However, in the offseason, didn't the Bills, they lost one lineman to retirement and then another lineman to psychopathy? So, well, I mean, I'm talking about Richie Incognito.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
Yeah.
He's a crazy person. But, yeah, so I mean, I am surprised players are still playing for that team because
I know.
I would be mad, honestly.
You pull
if I was
Avante
there.
Davis is what you're saying?
Yeah. Did you guys hear that apparently they're looking to trade Shady McCoy, the only guy that's doing anything?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was going to point out the fact that, the Bills at least still have LaShawn McCoy.
The thing is,
Dude, if they trade Shady, what would any other person on that team think? I'd be like, coach, my leg hurts. I'm gonna sit out this game.
They just won't show up at
That's the thing, though. This is what's so
Their
weird.
best player is Chris Ivory.
They're doing all these things, but they're a game out of first place.
I know.
How is this?
That's such an anomaly statistic, though, dude. You know it's true.
Yeah, probably.
In 3 weeks, they're going to be so far down the bottom, we won't even remember this was a thing.
Well, to show you how good we are at predicting that, none of us picked the Bills to win.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
boy,
well,
did we
they
get
won by
smoked.
1 point against the
Yeah.
Titans.
Right. Yeah.
But it's
The
still,
first
it's
place
still a W.
Titans.
The first how is this even?
And they blew out the Vikings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
A
beat the
team that
Vikings.
just beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
The circle
So-
of parody never stops.
I don't know. They're like a coin flip. They're
They're
just
very strange.
I'm
Yeah.
like so sure the Bills will win no more than 4 games this year.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
mark it. Bear Taffy, 5:54 p.m. on the.
4-12 max.
You know what?
Like, this
I'm gonna
team,
put them at 6. I think 6 wins.
think
the
I was gonna
regular
say
It's
season.
impossible.
I was gonna say
3 and
6.
6.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't know,
look at their
man.
friggin' schedule and you tell me
They'll
there's
pull off
6
some
wins
upset.
coming up.
yeah.
I'm
Okay. Another thing with the Bills, by the way, is it's 5 weeks in, and they haven't played a single divisional game yet. And
Oh, yeah.
there's still another, I think, 4 weeks out from their first divisional game. So
Which is against guess who?
right.
I think the Bills can take a game against the Dolphins and the Jets.
Okay, give
I
them
can
2
see him
there.
taking a game after us, out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But what
And
about
then
the
I'd do a couple more coin flips. You know,
They
they'll
got-
probably beat like Cincinnati or some
They
shit,
got
and
the
then beat like
Bears, the
Washington.
Jaguars, the Lions, and the Texans.
Oh, they'll
No.
beat the Lions.
They'll beat no, they will
What?
not.
They'll beat the Lions.
They'll beat
The
they'll beat
Lions.
Texans. They won't beat the Lions.
They'll beat the. All right,
They
they're
will-
getting 7 wins. Put
they
them
will
in
beat
7 and
neither-
7.
They will be neither. They will lose the next game, the next game, the game after that, and all the games following up until that either the Dolphins or the Jets game.
Yeah.
I
Or
don't know.
they win out the rest of the year. and
This should not be possible, but they're going to the playoff.
They somehow have hurtled their way to a Super Bowl appearance.
Josh
They have
Allen has
the worst
hurtled his way to the
statistics in the league in every category.
oh man.
It doesn't
This just
make
in:
sense.
Joe Flacco calls Josh Allen, calls him congratulatory elite quarterback coach.
Yeah.
All right, so what else we got? Steelers blew out the Falcons. Falcons defense is just beat up and injured, and they're like 1-4 now.
Yeah, good old NFC South. I put faith in Matty Ice, and then he goes out and he does that. I mean, he didn't play too bad, but he did get benched for
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah, I
Shaw.
did all right. Yeah.
Well, he got injured, right? He wasn't like playing badly. It was like his foot.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know.
So
Wait, hold on.
I know because I checked Invicta's team that had a
Yeah.
questionable, and I was like, wait, Matt Ryan, and it was like his foot had X-rays, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
his foot had X-rays and showed it to him. Be like, "Yo, Matt, we can't do anything else right
Yo,
now."
you ever see
Done.
your foot, dude? Like the X-rayed it. Like, oh, nice. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so one thing about the Steelers is either James Conner is really good or maybe Le'Veon Bell isn't as good as his stats show because
Mhm.
James Conner is kind of killing it this year so far. Like,
Yeah.
look,
Steelers' offensive line has just always been pretty damn
that's
good.
that's the
Mhm.
thing, right? Like maybe that offensive line is making him look a lot better. I mean, granted, they're not necessarily doing as much for just Le'Veon Bell's stats when he's completing passes, but even so, you know.
It's another thing. Like if you put a lot of the running backs in the league in that situation, they would be having a field day.
Right.
I forgot they got Stephen Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not even
I
using
know.
him.
I know. Coach Crendor is happy about Juju on that beat. Finally getting a
Yep.
TD. Also,
Mhm.
Antonio Brown showing why he's still a complete monster. In,
Oh, yeah.
In every type of fantasy league, Antonio Brown is just you go if you
He's
go
on
receiver.
my
everyone.
team.
Yeah, of course Rob's got it.
Roethlisberger is 3rd in passing yards, 4th in attempts, and 6th in passes completed. So they throw the ball a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, who do you think has the most pass attempts and pass completions in the league?
Drew Brees.
You would think so, but nope.
I'm gonna say Deshaun Watson.
Nope.
I was gonna say Josh Allen.
Very nope. Andrew Luck.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing: when your team's playing from behind a lot,
Yep. Yep.
he gets
Well,
to throw the
here's
ball a lot.
59 attempts
Now-
in the last.
Yeah.
Here's
Jesus
the
Christ.
weird statistic behind this all. He is not in the top 10 for passing yards.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So it's
actually.
it's
Yeah.
like check down city over
Yeah.
in Indianapolis.
I mean, now you know why I got rid of him 2
Mm.
weeks ago.
I mean, the thing is, like, I said it a couple weeks ago, but in that final play a couple weeks ago, when they had to hit the Hail Mary, they brought in Jacoby Brissett, not Andrew Luck. So I don't think they have a lot of faith in his deeper accuracy with that arm right now.
Yeah, he does have 12 touchdowns though, so he can. You know, he can still get touchdowns. It's just not.
He's still Andrew Luck, But
I want to know where Rob got the 1950s voice filter from.
Wait, did that sound like I did a 1950s voice?
Yeah. Definitely did.
Well, Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Let me go pull up the Captain Andrew Luck Twitter and one of those.
Here's a couple other good statistics. Jared Goff, number 1 in passing yards with 1,727 yards, but not on the completed or attempt list for passes.
So that's just all about efficiency then.
Yeah. And speaking of efficiency, Pat Mahomes, 14 passing touchdowns, number 1, but nowhere on the passing yards, attempts, or completed list.
Yeah.
He had a tough game this week, and he even did pretty well still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that was the big test. They're like, here we go, number 1 offense, number 1 defense. But the Chiefs still kind of destroyed the Jaguars.
They just mauled them.
Speaking of Chiefs, they got flexed just now earlier today. Yeah, so they're going to be the Sunday night game against the 4-1 Bengals, the 5-0 Chiefs, because they moved Rams 49ers.
Why would they move such a humdinger like that?
That's going to be such a close game.
That's
Surely
crazy.
the 49ers are going to put up a fight against the Rams.
Oh man. Yeah.
Or wait, no, it's not that's not that. Packers play the 49ers
Well, that's
Monday
next week
night.
is the Rams 49ers game.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
week
okay.
after that, yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's see that. I mean,
Well, Mahomes went 313 for 2 INTs, not TDs. But still somehow looking great. I mean,
Well, he had that rushing touchdown too in that game.
yeah.
yeah.
So that's
Telling you, he reminds me a lot of Vic.
Got legs,
More
man.
and more.
He's got legs.
Yeah.
Blake Bortles was
Chiefs are legit.
430.
Yeah. Oh, their offense is insane right now.
It is insane.
They can win. It's just their defense is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
We're really not that far removed from the Chiefs shellacking the Patriots early on, where everybody thought Tom Brady's career was over, and now they've got like the defensive pieces to help them out. So I think they're looking pretty solid.
Anytime Tom Brady does anything, even remotely, like he staggers a little bit. Oh, it's coming down.
Yeah, that's been for the last 8 years, dude.
Yeah.
Since he's turned 36 or something. It's like, well, this is the age they normally stop working.
That's the end. This is when Mathis would make a YouTube video that says top 5 reasons why the Patriots dynasty is completely gone.
Well, this is what happens when you have like a franchise quarterback. It's the same with Aaron Rodgers. Every time he goes, they're like, does he hurt? Where's that? What happened?
Is it over?
Every single thing. Well,
Is
it's
it
like,
all over?
Was that a sneeze or a hard cough?
If you're, another team like, I don't know, the Buccaneers, you're just
Excuse
like,
me.
throw the other guy
Excuse
in there
me.
or whatever.
We were off this week, Coach. I appreciate if you keep the non-losing Buccaneers. We didn't lose this week. We're okay.
Speaking of which, Jaguars, I want to mention Blake Bortles. What's going on? What's going on with Mr. Bortles?
He did abort.
61 attempts, Coach. 61.
Yeah.
That's even more
Oh
than
my
Andrew
God.
Luck.
Yeah.
61. He 430 for 4 INTs and 1 TD.
Yeah.
Slightly better than Mahomes, but I'm not sure what that translated to fantasy points with.
Blake Bortles for the year, he is 61% completion percentage, 8 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Yeah.
He doesn't
So-
really have anyone to throw to.
Yeah, they got
That
rid of
is-
his favorite target from
yeah.
last year, right? So
Yeah. I think they
Like,
both
their
of them. They
best
already Allen
receiver-
Robinson and the other. What's the other dude?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
yeah.
He was a young guy, right?
was it?
Yeah.
Didn't they have Alshon Jeffrey, or am I crazy?
No,
he
no,
was
that's
just always on
Eagles.
the- Yeah, it's the Eagles.
It's like Hicks or something.
their
Like
best-
Hearns, Allen Hearns. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Their best receiver now is TJ Yeldon, probably, and that's
Actually, Dante Moncrief has been
Yeah.
kind of quietly
has he
putting
been
on.
pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, he's been putting on a
Moncrief,
pretty good year.
He was with the Chiefs last year, wasn't he?
I
think
think so.
so.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah, they're just
He was-
not looking all that hot.
He was targeted
Yeah.
15 times in that game. That is
Yeah, like-
a large amount of passes.
like
Mhm.
rushing wise too. They don't like what is their offense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like Bortles.
Pretty
It's
much.
Bortles, isn't
I
it?
already cut
it might
Leonard
just be
Fournette.
Bortles.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette is supposed to be doing stuff. He was injured, right?
Yeah,
I cut him from my fantasy team. He got injured, then he came back, then he got injured again. I was like, well, cut.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's happening. Panthers beat the Giants in that crazy game.
That was wild, actually.
62-yard field goal to win for Gano.
Yep, and all of us voted Panthers last week, Coach.
That we did. And the Giants did do pretty all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Odell with that ridiculous bomb TD, that was pretty great.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that was great.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, and Odell receiving too, 8 receptions, 131 yards, and a
hell
touchdown.
Of a fantasy game for Odell.
Oh, and Saquon, 4 receptions, 81 yards, 2 TDs.
Yep.
So, did you see that final touchdown that he scored? Actually, the Saquon Barkley one.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That
he looked like a gazelle leaping through the air. It was beautiful. It was that man.
Hurdled a man.
You hurdled a man.
He hurdled a man.
Oh, can I just mention Packer game? Aaron Jones, again, looking like a beast. He was averaging like 5 yards a carry. And I was like, oh, man, we're running it down the Lions' throat. They can't stop the run. Mike McCarthy's like, hey, what if we just call 3 straight passing plays? You want to do that? I was like, no, just run the ball. And then they passed 3 straight times, missed, and then kicked a field goal that didn't go in. And I was like, that is phenomenal. What great play call.
How does he do it, Coach?
I don't know. Just a wizard behind the offensive board.
A real rushing performance is 219 yards on 15 carries and 2 TDs by Isaiah Crowell, is all I'm going to say. So...
Bengals beat the Dolphins in a not really that surprising game, I guess. Did anyone pick the Dolphins?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I
Rob and Crendor picked Bengals. Cindy V chimed in later saying he also picked the Bengals.
All right, good. Well, yeah. That was unsurprising. Chargers beat the Raiders. I did pick the Raiders for that one.
Like,
so did Rob.
They don't exist anymore in the eyes of fans, right? The LA Chargers. They just
they don't.
Into the night.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where I'm like Los Angeles, like it still doesn't feel right.
It doesn't
work.
I look. I know there are Chargers fans that exist. I don't know where they are, but they exist.
Right.
And
they're in San Diego, Rob.
So I don't mean to insult your franchise, but at this point, I feel like they should just kind of cancel the LA thing and just move to London already.
Cool, man.
You know?
Go anywhere.
Move them to London.
Fuck
London
it.
Chargers. Why not?
Yeah,
at this point, yeah, just screw it. Send them over there.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing: they're gonna move to LA, and then Phillip Rivers will. I mean, well, they're obviously already moved to LA, but I mean, once that stadium is finished, like Phillip Rivers is gonna have what 1 year left, if that.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys could have picked the Raiders over the Chargers in any stretch of the imagination.
I don't know. The Raiders are just. I don't know what they are either.
Yeah,
they're like John Gruden's.
They're very bad.
Old school group of the ragtag.
I mean, look, we gave them the benefit of the doubt for the first 3 weeks. We're like, there are a couple plays from actually being undefeated, but now the truth comes out, and they're actually just god awful.
Part of the thing is that Derek Carr is such an enigmatic QB.
Yeah.
Because listen to these stats: 1,641 yards, good. 71 completion percentage, that's amazing. Yards per attempt, 8.12, that's fantastic. 7 touchdowns, yeah, that's pretty good. 8 interceptions.
Ooh. That's
the wrong time too.
Yeah, it's he's crazy. He had that 90% completion game a couple weeks ago in a game that they lost to, by the way. And it's just what is happening over there? I don't know, man.
He's only thrown 7. Oh, okay, that's this season. I was like, what the fuck? He's not been playing that long, I guess. Thrown more than 7 touchdowns in his career is.
Oh yeah, quite a few. Yeah.
And
I was very disappointed with Marshawn Lynch's performance. I thought that he would at least have bowled over a couple of the Chargers defenses.
Well, he did have that one crazy run actually. That was totally Marshawn Lynch.
It got him all of 31 yards, Rob. It was great.
I know,
very happy I started him this week. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Raiders are just They could really use a Khalil Mack right about now. I think.
John, it's really hard to find a pass rusher. John Gruden, 2018.
Yeah, it says the 1-4 Oakland Raiders losing out to the 2-2-1 Browns. Go Browns.
Hey,
Go
look,
Browns.
you know what? Bill Belichick has said it takes a head coach 3 years to really make it his own team. So, John, you only got 9 left, so I'm sure you're going to be.
Well, I mean, we all saw what he did in Tampa after like the first 2 seasons. I was already ready to just get rid of the old Chucky. I was ready to chuck the Chuck, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Go Browns.
Some other games. Vikings beat the Eagles in a pretty close game.
Yeah.
Yep. Crendor, Rob, and Coach and Rob picked Eagles. I have more confidence in Minnesota.
I don't know what's going on with the Eagles, man.
Well, they're just not that good. Actually, is the
if
thing.
Tampa can beat you this season, I'm never picking you to win. If the Bucs have beaten you this season, you will not win.
I'll tell
This
you
is like-
guys what is happening with the Eagles. I'll tell you straight up.
Okay.
It's not statistical. It's
I'm
not
ready-
based
I'm
on
ready
game
for
tape.
it. Can't wait.
There is some sort of curse on the NFC East. They ran over some old lady and she cursed them, and because that is the most volatile division in the NFL, and it has been for like 20 years.
It's true.
No one has repeated a division like win since the Eagles in like 2001 or something. Okay, that's what's happening to the NFC East right now, is that the Eagles are like, oh my God, they're the best team in football. They won with a backup QB. Oh, actually, it's the curse. It turns out the Redskins are going to win the division this year. Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah, there's just a proverbial dartboard that someone is throwing a dart at and says, you win the division this year.
So it's been Eagles, Cowboys, Redskins, Cowboys, Eagles, Redskins, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, 2007, 2008.
Whoa, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Eagles, Giants, Eagles was 2002 to 4. So
yeah.
that was the last time.
Yeah, 2004
Wow.
was the last time. Yeah.
That was the McNabb and Terrell Owens era.
Yep.
Yeah. And
When
so
they lost to the Patriots.
Yeah, all right. There we know. Very good. We know.
So yeah, that's just what a weird division.
It's such a weird fucking division, man. I can't imagine. Like I'm like partly a Giants fan because I live in New York, and I watch all their games anyway. But like, I can't imagine living in that division. It's got to be hell every year. You don't know. You have no idea who's going to win the division.
I can't imagine living in Philadelphia because that's just got to be hell. Period.
Yeah,
dude. Okay, but also side note on the Vikings game. I wanna suck my own dick a little bit here because I came to the defense. I came to the defense of
that kind of podcast, Rob.
I came to the defense of Baker Mayfield in the offseason pre-draft because people are like, well, he's short, so he'll be bad. And then I also came to the defense of Kirk Cousins because for some reason everybody fucking hates this guy, and I don't know why.
Oh, Kirk Cousins, I hate him.
Right now, straight up, his stats are 1688 yards, 71 completion percentage, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. The guy's balling this year, straight up. And he was like a top, and he was like a top 10 QB in every category except turnovers for every year that he started. Yet people are like, yeah, he's actually not that good. It's the Redskins team. They're such a good team that they're carrying Kirk Cousins. Really? You think that? You think the Redskins are the ones carrying Kirk Cousins? I don't know. Anyway,
it's like a weird kind of aura he has around him where I see those stats still, and I'm like, wow, he's pretty good. But I'm still like, he probably won't win.
It's Kirk Cousins.
I don't know what it is.
Dude, I have a theory about what it is.
What?
He was drafted in the 4th round. That's what I think. I think that's what it is, because for some reason, when QBs get drafted in the 1st round, they could have like multiple subpar years, and people are like, oh man, he's going to be great in 5-6 years. But Kirk Cousins consistently top 10, 4th round pick. People are like, I don't know, I don't see it. It's just like, come on.
I mean, what about one Tom Brady?
Yeah, but he had to win a couple Super Bowls before they stopped talking about Drew Bledsoe.
What Drew Brees was a 2nd round, 32nd overall pick.
Baby, I love me some Breezes.
Yeah, you know what Kirk Cousins,
The
you know what he
underrated
kind of has?
Drew Brees.
I feel like Kirk Cousins has like Phillip Rivers syndrome.
Okay, I see where you're
It's
going.
that kind of like he puts up great numbers, great stats, but he just can't get to that next level.
Get it
Can't
done,
win.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's what I feel like with him.
Well,
yeah, I think that's fair actually too.
well,
yeah.
Coach, you and Rob picked the Eagles. I picked the Vikings.
Yep,
And
and you were right.
And how about those Rams, Coach?
Rams over the Seahawks, 33-31.
Unstoppable.
Mhm.
Wowee. That is Seahawks. This was like, I think their Super Bowl. They're at home playing their division rival. Like, let's go, guys. And they still couldn't win. So that's just
And thank
kinda
God
sad.
for it, too, because, man, do I hate Seattle.
Yeah, I'm very happy they still lost, though, because finally they're on the downfall.
I think I'm the
that
only one
gets-
here that doesn't dislike Seattle. Actually,
I'm
Well, it's
fine
'cause-
with it. You know, I happen to live around here. It's not too bad.
Well, you don't. Your
Okay, well, I
teams
hate
don't
the team.
really.
Bear. I don't hate the city or the people. I hate the team.
Yeah,
It mainly stems from me just hating Pete Carroll.
like I've said before, we've had so many like rivalry games with the Seahawks. I just can't stand them.
yeah,
It seems like we
that's
play them
fair.
like there's the Matt Hasselbeck game, there's the Brett Favre division game, which we won, or division playoff game, there's
Yeah.
the championship game, the Fail Mary game, it's like there's so many games with those. I'm just like, I can't.
It's like the
stand
same reason why I still hate the Steelers because of the whole paper champion thing.
it. Yep.
I'll never let that go. Never let it go. Screw you.
So
Brees.
we actually all picked our locks correctly for the week because
Yep.
Last week the locks of the
Rams,
weeks.
and,
Yeah, Crendor,
Patriots.
Coach Crendor picked the Patriots. Yeah.
Yep. And the Texans, of course, beat the Cowboys 19-16 in the Texas Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the craziest lock that we've ever had in the 1 week of doing locks. I was like, Rob, why
Look.
would you lock that game out of all the games? The Texans and Cowboys.
Hey, there's no point in putting a lock on unless you're willing to risk it all a little bit. You know what I mean? It's more fun that way.
The lock is honestly the exact opposite. It's
It's
lock
clear now
and
that
there's
you
no
didn't
gamble.
understand it conceptually.
Look, maybe I don't know what the word lock means, right? We don't have to talk about it. It's not a big deal.
What
I mean,
is
it
your
worked out for
lock
you
of
in
the
the end.
week? I'm going to take Bills over Titans.
But surefire go-to pick, Coach.
Yeah.
And then the Saints beat the Redskins 43-19, which I
Drew
think shocked.
Brees, man.
Drew
Drew
The
Brees.
underrated Drew
Yeah.
Brees.
Look,
Nobody talks about this guy enough.
I
Hey.
know.
I'm just saying, man. Like he's not talked about in the same breath as often as he should be with guys like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
He's
Because-
only like
yeah.
the NFL's all-time like passing leader. Right?
Well, yeah,
no one
for
talks
this week-
about him.
Wait.
What a loser. Look at the size of the guy's mole on his face.
Okay, but
What a weirdo.
Side
Yeah.
note. You saw they had that really nice celebration for Drew Brees when he finished it. Peyton Manning came on a commercial, had a funny jokes, and he said congratulate him, all that stuff. The NFL knew this was going to happen. They set up all this stuff because they figured he might do it this week.
Mm.
And then they flagged them when they fucking had the celebration. What the fuck, NFL? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I think that's
I didn't
fitting
know
for
they
the
did
season.
that. That's pretty awful.
I didn't.
I think it's very fitting for the season.
Yeah.
It really is the no fun league. Like it's
He's
Save
at
us, man. We need
499
the XFL.
touchdowns, by the way.
oh yeah,
Pretty awesome too.
he's gonna break more records before he retires, man. He's crazy good. He's
And
on
he'll-
pace for like another 5,000 yard season
He's not slowing down at all. He threw 26 for 29 in this game. That's insane.
with 3 touchdowns. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, the pass that broke the record was like a 62 or 67 yard touchdown pass to what's his face. So
Yep.
I mean, what a way to break a record, right?
Traquan Smith,
Maybe, yeah,
I guess.
probably.
Yeah.
I believe you.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was gonna be a good game. This
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, I did
'Cause
too.
the Redskins aren't exactly like.
Well, they had the number 2 ranked defense.
Yeah,
going
that's what
into the
That's what
Yeah.
I was expecting because the Saints defense isn't that great.
no.
It's
but
another
they-
NFC East blumble.
Yeah, but I mean, having to be next to the Saints in the NFC South, I absolutely hate Drew Brees.
Yeah. That's
He's a
fair.
good quarterback. I just wish he was playing for my team. It's hate out of jealous love.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And
I
he's
also hate
certainly-
Tom Brady the same way. So
He's certainly not underrated, Rob.
no, I know. I said that when I mentioned it. It's like I know it doesn't mean there should be another word. Is there like an Eskimo word for not underrated but kind of underrated?
Underappreciated.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He's minimally exceptional.
I'd like to point out total field goals made. The number one field goal kicker is Kaimi Fairbairn on Houston with 13.
Wow, it's a cool
Out
name.
of,
And
out of
I-
how many?
His full name is John Christian Kaimino
Oh,
Elomeka
boy.
Ikokekamupa Fairbairn.
Look out, he's chanting some kind of demonic here.
I'm gonna put it in the chat just so you can see this right here. There you go.
It's names like that make
Oh,
me
it
realize
looks
how
Hawaiian.
sheltered I am.
I think it is one.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, really? What makes you think that?
But he's
Wait, our names here are
13.
like Bill. That's his name. His
Bill
name's-
Smith.
Yeah, Bill.
Normally,
Well, it's weird that he is John Christian.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Normally, whenever I see more than one apostrophe in a name, you gotta figure it's gonna be Hawaiian
Yeah.
I
Or
guess so.
Welsh.
That's fair.
Yeah.
or
but
Welsh.
he's-
Yeah.
13 of 16 in field goals and 10 of 10 on extra points. So I mean,
Hell yeah.
hey, I would
New
I'd sign
rising
him.
kicking star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and we all picked the Texans. Although, again, the lock of the week was inexplicably Rob's, and he was
Yep.
100% correct.
I also
on
And
wanted
I
to
was
bring
right.
up the sack leaders. Can I just say, tied with 6 sacks? There's 3 people. One's Geno Atkins on Cincinnati,
Yeah.
and then J.J. Watt, and then
Ooh.
T.J. Watt.
Oh, that's cool.
The
Actually, I
Watt
didn't know he was
brothers.
doing well.
Yeah.
Where's TJ playing now?
Pittsburgh.
He's playing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good for him.
And- yeah.
Dude, I know he's not underrated, but
Mhm.
can I just talk about JJ Watt being real fucking good?
Yes.
He's a very, very good defensive
He is
end,
very good.
He's the only person that the Texans have on defense at this
Yeah.
point,
pretty much.
because they certainly don't have Clowney.
He's a fucking monster, man. Like if you look
Do
at
you
his
think he'll
stats,
retire next year?
Is that a possibility? Like has he talked about that?
No, I'm just wondering, since we discussed briefly at the beginning the fact that all these guys are retiring at like 30 before
Oh,
their
okay. I
brains
see
go
what
to
you're
mush.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could
He
be.
seems like the guy type of guy that would, though. He's very health conscious.
Well,
That
you know,
JJ Watt.
that's the thing with like the defensive line, right? Is that with CTE, the subconcussive hits are worse than concussions. And when
Hmm.
you're playing on the line, whether it's defensive or offensive line, they're bashing. They're like rams out there bashing their helmets into each other
Yeah.
every play. So you know that. Yeah.
I enjoyed playing defensive line until varsity, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm not anywhere near as big enough. I need to be moved to linebacker.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
D line, man, it's so tough because you're charging right on into someone who bench presses hundreds of pounds, and
Right.
Yeah.
and it's literal sumo slap palm strikes that you're running into.
Uh-huh.
You know, and on top of that, the helmets collide and stuff. So and again, I didn't play it, not even at the collegiate level, but it's a very tough position. The fact that there's people who do that as a profession in the NFL for multiple seasons against 300, 400, 500 pound, well, maybe not 500 pounds, but it's
Hell,
it's crazy.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Right.
It'd be Willie Roaf levels of
7
Willie-
feet tall, 500 pounds.
Isn't there,
He takes a slider
is
and
the
Madden
offensive
all the way to the
what's
right.
that one dude's name? Pot roast, whatever. He's like up there, right?
There's a guy named Pot Roast. I think I would know
Yeah,
him.
you're thinking about the
no,
fridge?
he's on
Is that what you mean?
Denver.
What?
He was on Denver. What's his name? Pot roast. Terrence Knighton. They called him Pot roast.
There's no
Terrence
part
Pot
of that
Roast
name
Knight-
that is
Knighton.
Pot Roast.
He played with the Patriots for a year.
Hold on.
How do you not know this?
I never heard of a guy named Pot Roast. That is
Well,
the
his
first
name's
I've heard of it.
Terrence Knighton. They called him Pot Roast.
Oh,
He,
also other nicknames. Mutton chop. Sorry, go on.
He is weighed in at 355 pounds.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Oh yeah.
Big
that's,
boy.
That's Hainsworth, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
man,
that's
Hainsworth.
like Vince Wilfork.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Vince Wilfork. I actually as a Jets fan, obviously I hate all Patriots players, but I always really liked
You
Vince
can't
Wilfork.
hate
Actually,
Vince.
yeah,
You
he's
can't hate
just a very
Vince.
nice dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been a sad day for you, Bear, whenever he left.
Yeah, I mean, he
Mhm.
went to the Texans, though. We have a pretty good relationship with them. We're bros.
I think a lot of like bigger guys in the past of like now they would just kind of be normal because there's like so many bigger guys they put in there. But like I remember the Packers had Gilbert Brown. He was like the grave digger, and he was kind of like the Packers Super Bowl version of the fridge for
Yeah.
the Bears.
Dude, they don't have those kind of guys anymore as much because it's all zone blocking schemes for running plays, and like everybody's getting smaller. I can't wait to see a team because like everyone on defense is getting smaller right now, so I can't wait to see a team pick up a running back who's like, oh yeah, he's 6'4", 250, and just run through everybody.
We need a new
gonna be amazing.
Mike Allstott, man. We need
Yeah.
a new Mike Allstott.
Yeah.
Or at least at the very minimal, Jerome Bettis.
One of my favorite big man plays was Krendor. I'm sure you'll remember this. It was like 8 years ago or something. Dan Connolly had a kickoff return. He was an O lineman. He's like 300 pounds. And he picked up the ball off a squib kick and returned it 71 yards. It wasn't a touchdown. He got to like the 10-yard line, but he was hilarious.
Dude,
he had like
I
this
do
loaf
remember
of
that.
bread carry where he had the football like between his two hands, carried it out in front of him like, I don't know what to do with
Rumbling,
Yo.
rumbling, and stumbling.
Speaking of which, I forgot we didn't even mention it, but in the Vikings game, Linval Joseph scored a fucking defensive touchdown. That is the 6'4", 329 pounds Linval Joseph.
Yeah, that's
by
a
the
big
way.
guy. I just googled him. Holy shit!
Yeah, he ran like 50 yards too. Like he ran the whole goddamn field, man.
This guy runs a 5-second 40. That's for
Oh,
a guy
wow.
that size. He's
I know.
fast as
Yeah,
fuck.
that's insane.
It's amazing watching these players every week because like you see these guys are like, oh my god, he's got like 100 pounds on me and a couple inches. I could probably outrun him. Nope.
He's
It's like 300 of just muscle. Like he's just a monster, man.
Holy hell!
Just destroy me in a race.
All right. Well, Sinvicta, did you want to bring up your power rankings as you usually do?
Here we go, Coach Krendor, ready to go for the week 5 to 6 power rankings. Coach, can you name the first? I'll give you 3 guesses for the top 3, Coach Krendor.
All right, I'm going Chiefs.
That's 1.
All right, I'm going Patriots.
Incorrect, Coach.
And I'm going who's the other undefeated team? Rams.
Lar.
Correct. That's 2 of the 3. Pitching it over to Bear Taffy. Bear, could you get the other top 3 in the power rankings?
It's probably the Bengals, right?
Incorrect. I'll give you one more guess.
Wow.
Bear.
Man, all right then. How about let's go with maybe the I don't even know who's actually winning anymore. Let's go with it's not the Patriots either. Oh my God. Who is it? Is it the Bears?
I'll give you a hint. Rob will know this team very well because that's his favorite underrated player of all time.
Okay, yeah.
The Orleans Saints.
I forgot about the Saints, yeah.
And then rounding out the top 10, Patriots at 4, Panthers somehow at 5, Jaguars at 6, Bengals 7, Bears now at 8, the Vikings rising 4 points to 9, and somehow, some way, the San Diego Superchargers now at the top 10.
Wow.
Two
Above
LA
the
teams in the top
Steelers.
10.
Above the Steelers, above the Packers, which fall. Steelers actually rose to the 12th, and the Packers have fallen to rank 13, Coach Krendor.
All right. I just want to say refs on the payroll because the Steelers are last in their division at 2-2-1, and they're in the top. Come on, man.
These are the official NFL.com power
course.
rankings, Rob. It is the Bible of the internet for as far as NFL stats goes.
Yeah.
And biggest surprise here, I'll open it up to you guys at the analyst desk here. What place do you see the Browns at?
Honestly, I'd
I will
probably
give
put
you a
him
hint.
at like.
I'll give you a hint before you answer, Coach. They rose 7 spots on these.
Wow.
I'd put him at like 16.
That is absolutely correct. Coach Krendor
What?
nailed it. They are 16th.
Oh, wow.
They are
rankings.
the exact middle of the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
Well-
their 50-50 record.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're at exactly 500 too. Yeah, dude. Hey, I'm gonna triple down now. 2 times 1 episode, baby. Browns minimum 7 wins, baby. Let's go, Brownies.
Now the biggest question here is, who do you think is placed dead last?
Oh, that's a
It is-
tough one.
and I'll let you guys to round off this segment. I'll let you guys on a little hint. It's not the same team that has been there for the past 4 weeks.
Is
I
it
don't
the 49ers?
That's Bear's answer. I'll let everyone guess. And then
All right, it's got to
Uh,
be the Bills, right? Like I just got.
I'm going to say Raiders.
Bear Taffy 100% correct. It is the
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers ranked dead last.
I would have
Yeah.
picked them if
Yeah.
Bear didn't pick them first. So
They're
I'm just
bad.
They are
bad,
bad.
bad.
You could have. The Bills actually rose 4 spots.
Oh yeah. Well, they did
Huh.
get a win, so.
Yeah, they're still ranked below the 1-4 Giants though, Rob. But but God bless them. Go Bills. Why not? Go Bills. So there you go,
All right.
Coach Crandor.
How about fantasy? How we doing fantasy wise?
Well, I lost 5 points from Mason Crosby, so I have lost. I'm now down to 2 and 3. Coach, you giving up the first win to the Sparkling Pink Fairies,
Yep, that was.
who she also did not start a running back.
Yep.
So good,
Mhm.
good job on that, Coach. Taking a look at the bench players real quick. You only left 40 points on the bench. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then Rob,
Yeah, baby.
destroying everyone. Number 1 scoring team in the league.
Am I?
This past week.
Oh, okay.
156.42 points.
Yeah,
Good
baby.
job,
Yeah, actually, I defeated the one of the 2 undefeated teams, and
You did.
yeah,
You
so
beat the puppy eaters.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
job. I mean, Drew Brees again underrated
Brees
at
is-
31.72 points for one game.
Hey man, I want to mention, I still would have won if I started Darnold because he had 23.42 fantasy
I
points.
know you can't
Yeah.
be stopped.
That was my
I'm that
downfall
good.
this week, was because Mahomes only had 14.8.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I scored the league low of 80 points. I want to point out that I went from the Pittsburgh kicker to Mason Crosby. Those have been my 2 kickers this entire season. They've got me a combined total of 5 points.
Hey
We-
Bear, how did your team do this?
Yeah, how did you, Bear?
So, they just didn't do anything because they don't exist.
The joke here
Well.
being that Bear unfortunately is not in our fantasy league. Not
You
this
guys
time.
didn't invite me. I
didn't
would've
know you wanted to play.
Well,
actually.
to be fair, we always have the same people join,
Yeah.
and a lot of them re-upped again this season because it's a lot of fun. Mainly
Get,
people just.
Bear next year.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get Barron. We'll kick somebody
Yeah.
out. We'll kick Rob out. We'll get Rob out for saying Drew Brees.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works for me.
There you go, Coach Crendor. If you want to go to our picks next week, I'll send it over to Coach at the analyst desk, who's right next to me. Go for it, Coach.
Hey, welcome back to that analyst desk we've been at before. We're here ready to
Yep.
pick some games for the next week. Before we pick, I'd like to bring up just a couple of news things worthy of
Okay.
mentioning. Jaguars have signed Jamal Charles.
Oh, they did it. They actually did it.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
JG.
Honestly,
that's
he
someone on the
averaged
offense.
4.3 yards a carry in Denver last year.
He's
Yeah.
good, man. He's
I mean, I'll-
a good
man.
running back.
I mean, I'm
He had that
dropping
one-
Adrian Peterson as we speak for Jamal Charles. So
That's a good idea.
There you go.
Dude, he was a beast for a long time. People
Yeah.
forget, man. He was a
Yeah.
god.
Like top running back, like
Yeah.
Todd Gurley levels.
Uh-huh. I mean, just
Todd
monster.
Gurley.
Yep, Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley. Coach.
Todd Gurley. Shoot, yeah. I still get the just
You
that
have
one year.
no
still
idea
flash.
how upset Crendor was when he picked Gurley and he did nothing.
The 1 year he did absolutely nothing when I
was-
picked. It was so bad.
Yeah, Coach was pretty bad.
Never pick a player on Jeff Fisher's team. I think is the it's the rule.
Also, the Eagles have inquired about LaShawn McCoy.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
he used to play there.
I know. Chip Kelly
Maybe
died for
United.
this.
Mhm.
Get him back.
Exactly
Yep.
this.
Well, because actually, the reason that they're even entertaining trade talks is because unfortunately, Jai got a ACL tear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out. So that sucks.
Yeah.
You ever hear him talk? By the way, he has the most
No.
interesting accent.
Never.
What is it?
So he was.
What does it sound like, Rob?
Replicate it judgment free for.
Oh no, I absolutely cannot. No, there's no because it's actually so. I think his parents are, I believe, Nigerian. But he grew
now
up.
We gotta hear it.
No. But then he grew up in England, and then moved over to the States when he was like a teenager or something, and played football.
So he's got a British Nigerian accent.
British Nigerian American. Like
that's very interesting. Yeah,
it is so strange listening to him speak, and it's wonderful. I highly recommend watching an interview with Ajayi.
Huh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's move on to picking games.
Look,
Thank you, Rob. Back over to Coach
fun facts, all right? Little factoids from Rob.
Thank you from Rob. I've got a stat here for you about Pack and Patrol.
Look, I'm a stats guy. I like them.
Stat of the week.
Stat of the week.
So we've got Eagles Giants Thursday night this week.
Yeah.
This might be a good one to actually like watch together if everybody's on or something.
Yeah,
It'd be on Twitch actually.
Oh yeah,
that's what I mean. It'd be on Twitch.
That's a thing we could do.
That's the most Rob I think I've ever heard you be, Bear.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about that before the show about how people could possibly confuse the two of us voice wise, and then Rob pointed out to me it's probably because we're both so musical, and I was like, oh yeah, that's
right. What octaves? We can go up here.
By the way, did anybody see that commercial for this game?
Salmon Sisters?
Not the same. The one where they dude's in like a cafe or a diner or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, can you change the channels?" Or he's like, "Is anyone watching this?" And the waitress is like, "Is anyone watching this? This is the Eagles Giants. This is Thursday Night Football. It's Eagles just threw a can of Super Bowl sized gasoline on the fire. That rivalry, and you think anyone's watching this?" And I'm like, "Lady, there's nobody there. Nobody's watching it. So you can just change it."
Let them change the
to an
channel.
empty bar.
Yeah. They showed that commercial like 4 times. I was like, all right, I get it. Like Eagles Giants Thursday night.
And again, shout out to Hippo Nora, Hippo_Nora on Twitter.
Yeah.
Taking the job of keeping track of all these.
There's
stats.
no pay to this job, by the way. It's just,
no, not at all.
The fun of
I'm
doing.
Sorry, Hippo Nora.
You will gain exactly 2 followers from that shout out.
So
I mean,
Eagles,
in fairness, we're not making money off of this either. So
well, yeah.
Well,
I haven't even put it on YouTube yet because it was like I like went to do it on YouTube and it was like, hey, you got to upload. I was like, oh yeah, I got to re-render them with like a graphic or something.
My,
like,
my
right,
favorite part of content creation. My favorite part of
he said the word wrong.
What an idiot!
Never mind. I don't even want to say that anymore.
But yeah, and then I went to put it onto iTunes and it was like, you need artwork, and I was like, God damn it, I'll just do it later. I haven't done it yet.
Just do it in Paint, Coach.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll just do it in Paint. If somebody wants to, again, for free, make a graphic of like us, I'll do that. And I'll like, thanks, person on Twitter or whatever. But until then, I'm just gonna Microsoft Paint.
And we'll make
thing.
a Twitter poll so you can vote on the worst of the best.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, who do you want? Eagles, Giants. It's at New York. I'm taking Giants. I don't trust the Eagles anymore.
Yeah.
The Giants are better than their record implies. I think they're capable of beating the Eagles on Thursday. Yeah,
I'm
You
going
know what?
Eagles. Going Eagles.
I'm with you, Sinvicta, and the reason is at the end of that last Giants game, Saquon tweaked something in his leg.
Oh,
And it wasn't like they said it wasn't a major injury, but like that speaks to me like their entire offense might go away next week. So I'm gonna say Eagles.
It's a
They
great
still got
Willem
Odell.
Dafoe
So
impersonation.
is
They
that
do,
3
yeah.
Eagles and a Giant?
What?
I was just saying, is that everybody picked the Eagles except me?
no, I picked the Giants.
I pick Eagles. Bear
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
Giants.
Oh, okay. Bear
It's
picked
2-2,
Giants.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
My
All
reasoning
right.
for that is just because the Giants just have no defense while the Eagles do.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fair enough. Buccaneers Falcons. Speaking of no defense,
All right.
this is a no defense game.
All right. All right, coach.
I think it's at Atlanta, so I'm going to take Atlanta.
Yeah.
I will be fruitlessly, carelessly rooting for the Bucs to come off of the bye week. Fitzpatrick is now gone.
Yep.
I hear that Winston has already gotten an Uber to Atlanta from Tampa. So yeah, I'm gonna be picking Bucs here, coach.
Oh boy.
No, it's his preferred mode of transportation, Barry.
I know, yeah,
Jesus.
clearly.
He loves himself a good Uber.
I
Ugh.
think there's maybe a 0% chance of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning.
All right.
I don't care. I'm picking Bucs. Go Bucs.
So is that 3 Falcons and a Buccaneer then?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like
going-
another alternative name for this show.
3 Falcons and a Buccaneer.
3 Falcons and a Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Panthers at Redskins.
At Redskins. Oh,
I'm going to
man.
give the Redskins this one, I think.
Yeah.
Like, the Panthers are just sort of mediocre at the moment.
Well, they're
well,
3-1.
They're
yeah,
3
but,
1
like
medium.
they beat the Giants barely off
Right.
that last minute field goal. They beat who else did they beat this year? They've been playing against people like fucking, the Bengals, which is pretty impressive, I suppose.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Then they lost to the Falcons. They lost to the one team that they should definitely be beating in this schedule right now. And then they had a close game against the Cowboys. So it's like it's been good, but not good enough, I think.
That's
I've
fair.
got Panthers, coach.
I'm still
Panthers.
taking Panthers too.
I'm
Panthers-
taking Panthers as well.
I mean,
We just went over all that. It's like, yeah, Panthers.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
it was a good explanation, Bear, but I completely disagree.
Hey, you know what? I'll give you a reason why I'm taking the Panthers. Again, not stat related, not any of those things. It's
But
because
I've got a stat for you.
no. Here's the stat. Panthers have some weird black magic voodoo shit going on where every other year they make the playoffs, and the last year they didn't. So guess what? Panthers going to the Super Bowl this year, boys. Get ready. I don't know if they're going to the Super Bowl, but I think they're going to win this game.
I mean, stand by your declarations. Be civil here.
I'm picking the Panthers because it's quite simple that the Redskins are they kind of got exposed by the Saints.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so picking
But the
Panthers, coach.
thing is,
Yeah.
though, the way they got exposed is like, oh, well, apparently if you go over the top of the Redskins defense, you win the game.
But you
Cam
need
Newton
Drew
do
Brees
that?
to do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Can Cam? Because Cam's gonna run.
I think
on the
McCaffrey
clock.
can destroy him.
True. Yeah, I could see that.
So that's what I'm going to go with.
All right.
All right. Another. Here come the barn burners. Seahawks at Raiders.
Dinger.
Mm.
Boy, oh boy.
Dinger.
You know what? I'm going to take me some Oakland Raiders
Oh.
again. Even
Dude, no. You know you're drinking poison, Crendor.
the Seahawks offensive line is bad enough that the old Raiders defense can get to Russell Wilson.
Can't we all just pick the Seahawks?
I'm on
I
the
think
fence
Marshawn
too, to be
Lynch is
honest.
going to have like a
Really?
good game
Yeah.
against his old team.
All right.
The reason I'm
Yeah.
on the fence is because it's a home game for the Raiders. They've won one game so far this
Yeah.
year, and the Seahawks don't look that great. Russell Wilson's still a god, but like the rest of the team's like,
Exactly. Their
The
defense
Raiders beat
is all
the
gone.
Browns in overtime.
The 15th ranked, almost undefeated.
hell
Cleveland
yeah,
Browns.
damn straight. No, I actually am taking the Seahawks though.
A
in this
turtle
game,
made
so.
it to the water.
Yeah. I want to pick the Raiders. I really do, coach. But they're just god awful.
This is
I
just
mean,
like when I picked the Raiders, everyone picked the Browns, and then they're like, wow, Crendor, you're so smart. Except when I picked the Raiders last week and they lost.
yeah.
Um,
Officially, I'm going Seahawks.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're all wrong. Colts at Jets.
Colts at Jets, yeah.
I gotta go Jets.
Jets, yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very pleasantly surprised to hear that, friends.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
not
I'm
because
obvious.
we like you, Rob. It's because we're just trying to think.
Hey, I mean, you know what I'm picking? It's the Jets, right? But
I'm gonna be that guy at the end of the table. It's like, oh, I'll just pick the Colts. 'cause
It's always the
whatever.
coach too.
yeah.
Yeah. So you get to like the end, that's always like Jimmy Johnson or like Mike Ditka on the thing. He's like, I gotta pick Colts.
Okay, so one thing I'll give you guys a little insight into this game though. 2 of our starting corners are out. So
yikes.
yeah, so it's
Andrew Luck.
against Andrew Luck. Yeah.
I would like to officially change my pick here to the Colts.
Welcome to the Colts side.
Here's the thing, though. Let's give you a second layer of information. The 2 that are out are Trumaine Johnson and Buster Screen. Screen is fucking garbage, and he's a walking penalty flag. And Trumaine Johnson looked pretty bad the whole year, even though we paid him like $20 million.
What's behind that?
Another layer. Another layer is Isaiah Crowell is a god, and he's gonna run all over.
Is he gonna play cornerback?
Yeah, they're gonna line him up outside.
It probably wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, at this point, right?
I'll stick with my guns. I'm officially staying with the Jets.
Hell yeah, baby.
All right. Well, Colts it is for me.
Yeah.
Cardinals at Vikings. I'm gonna go Vikings, even though I don't like them in my division.
Vikings for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Vikings there.
All right.
The Cardinals are a
Steelers.
bad team.
They are a bad team.
But
that's all I got. They are a bad team.
But hear me out.
What?
Josh Rosen, second official start, right? Maybe it slows down for him.
No.
Maybe he sees the lines. All brunettes, redheads, and blondes for him now. He's eased into Mike Zimmer's mind. But I'm still taking the Vikings. So
He's like the Drew Brees of Arizona. I've got Minnesota on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have the Steelers at Bengals. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
It is going to be a good game. They always play against each other pretty hard too, Coach. I got to go, though. The Steelers have been on fire. They did not lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that puts them at my pick.
All right.
I'm taking Bengals, baby.
Ooh.
AJ Green.
Bear?
Antonio Brown.
This is... I'm taking Pittsburgh. This is a tough choice, but I think this is when... the Steelers, this is about when they start to turn things around usually.
When they're turning around. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Historically.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
That's a close one.
Crandor. Yeah, that'll be a close game.
You know that Rod picked them, right, Coach?
I'm second place in the...
Out of 3, I'll have you know. And one person who's kind of participating.
We should have win percentages next to our...
Yeah,
we can figure them out. Just do a little
Actually,
division.
no, I lied. I'm technically third place because Sinvicta. Okay, and you know why? Because Sinvicta correctly predicted a fucking tie. So
that is pretty good.
For that,
making me the greatest pick'em artist of all time. By the way,
at least you're still on the podium, though, Bear.
Rob. Yeah, Bear. Bear.
And actually, hold on. These
Glad
aren't
to have
ranked
you,
in
Bear.
order. I am second place. Fuck you, Sinvicta. You have 24.5 wins. So you my ass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm number 1 still, so that's all that matters.
Not this week.
Dude, there used to be a football pool my dad would be in when I was a kid, and he'd always let me play sometimes. And I remember one time, there was a full group of 200 people playing, and I won it. And I got to get a video game. I probably won more money than what a video game is worth, but I was 10 years old, so I mean,
Right.
Your dad bought beer with it.
Hell yeah.
he probably did.
Good for him.
Well, what game was it though? That's what we all care about. Is what game did you?
No, you would pick all the teams for the week, and then you'd put point values on it. So
No, he's
based
asking-
on
No,
what
I'm saying what
video
video
game
game you
got
picked up. You
reward.
freaking nerd.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was it's probably NFL quarterback club or some shit at that
There you
point.
Yeah.
That was the one with Brett Favre on it, and I was like,
Oh, hell
whoa.
yeah.
It's a good game.
Mhm.
Then EA. Anyway,
Yeah, well.
we got the Chargers at the Browns.
Go Cleveland. Browns.
I'm
all
picking
the
Browns
way.
the rest of the year. You
Brownies.
can mark it down.
It's
Go
actually going to be
Browns.
the Chargers, though, that are going to win this game.
You think so? I don't
It's
know,
going to be
baby.
the Chargers.
Hey,
yeah.
man. It's Cleveland at home, and that fan base is super fucking pumped
It's
right
not like
now.
their defense is that bad, and the San
The-
Diego
the-
defense has nothing.
Not
Phillip
that.
Rivers is having the best season of his life.
Yes, but also Denzel Ward might get Defensive Rookie of the Year because he is playing out of his fucking mind right now. He looks like a god on their team.
The
Yeah.
Browns can't win convincingly. Like, they can't even play convincingly.
They're getting there, all right.
They are, sure, but they're not there yet. And Phillip Rivers has been there for a dozen years.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I don't
But I'm
care
still
what
picking
anyone
the
says.
Browns.
I'm picking Browns.
Yeah. I'm taking Browns, baby.
I'm taking Browns too. Got
Yeah, there we go.
Hell yeah.
Screw you, Bear.
I wanna
You're
pick
gonna
the
be the only one
Browns.
who's right next week.
You know I do. I want to ride this Browns train all the way to the hype station, but I got to be realistic sometimes.
Yeah, you're gonna be the only person who's right next week. Go Browns. Go Browns.
Yeah, but like
So-
if you're wrong, we're gonna shit all over you.
Yeah,
I deserve it. Yeah.
Go Browns.
Next up, we have the Bills at Texans.
I mean,
Dinger.
Josh Allen can hurdle a man, so I don't
He
think we
can
got to worry
hurdle
about
a
JJ
man.
Watt.
I gotta
hurdle a
stick-
man.
I got to stick with my predictions. I'm going Bills. Let's go.
Okay.
Wow. I think I'm gonna-
Texans for sure.
Is that your lock,
Definitely.
Bear?
Yeah, I might even lock that in.
Wow.
Ooh.
Bills.
Oh shit.
That's your
dude.
lock of the week.
Lock
That's
of the
a
week.
mistake.
The Texans 2 weeks in a row get a lock. That's,
They deserve it.
Dang.
I'm
They
taking
beat up
Texans,
on
too.
those top tier Cowboys.
I as much as I love the Bills, it's hard to pick the Texans, but I do think that the Texans have a better defense. So I'm sorry, Coach. I gotta go
He
Houston.
hurdled
this
a
week.
man.
He did hurdle a man,
Listen
but
to
that man
listen
was
to
not the size
Texans-
of JJ Watt.
Listen to the Texans year so far. Week 1 Patriots 27-20. It's Patriots, pretty close game, obviously.
Yeah.
And then every game since then has been within 3 points, 2 of which have gone to overtime. Texans Titans, they've lost 20-17.
Yep.
Texans Giants was within 5, but they lost 27-22. And then OT against the Colts last week, 37-34. They won. Or sorry, not last week, the week before, and then OT last week as well against the Cowboys. They won 19-16.
Wow. They
So they're-
took the 1-4 Colts to overtime. And
They're winning the-
then the
they're winning
1-4 Giants. This
They're
is
winning
crazy.
the close games, though, is the thing. They're like
Yeah.
they were able to pull out the wins where it's
They
tough to do
almost
so.
beat the Patriots.
And
They played
hear
well
me
against the
out.
Pats.
Hear me out. Yes,
Rob.
they did manage to win against the 1-4 Colts.
Mhm.
However, does anyone believe that the Bills can score 34 points in a single game?
Exactly.
So
Let me rewind you back to the Bills Vikings where they put up 27.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. That's
The
true.
Texans defense is going to eat Josh Allen for dinner. They're going to microwave him up like a fucking hungry man and chow down.
You couldn't have gone with like barbecue Bear. I mean, it is Texas.
Hungry
You're-
man
you're
dinner.
in Texas.
Let me just give you a little information here. Derek Anderson, now
Yeah.
the Bills backup, he said he's going to help Josh Allen. All right.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
good.
So-
that's
That's
important.
that's great.
You're going to
Good
start
friends.
seeing some progress right now. All
I'm
right.
still picking the Texans, Coach.
Yeah. It's
All right.
Texans.
Well, okay. Bears at Dolphins. I'm taking Bears.
Yeah.
I'm obligated to pick the Bears in every single game from this point forward.
Yeah, I mean, that defense is just too good. Tannehill is gonna not have a fun day.
All right,
Bears.
you know what? I gotta go out. I gotta go
Oh.
out on something weird. At least
Here-
one this
Here
week.
comes a stat. I got a stat right here for you.
Yeah, well, okay. So here's a stat: Minka Fitzpatrick, their first-round pick, playing pretty goddamn well this whole season, and Mitch Trubisky had one breakout game. Granted, it was a very good breakout game with 6 touchdowns.
Six
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's a great breakout game, and the Dolphins did just lose to the Bengals 27-17, so they couldn't really score on the Bengals defense. So I'm going to pick the Bears.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna take.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
so you said the exact same thing that we said that took less than
Just
like
a long
3
game.
words.
yeah. You know what, Sid
Just a
Victor? I'm
long
picking the Dolphins. How about that?
All right,
Oh,
all right, there you
Dolphins.
go.
Whoa.
Good. Good. Yeah, I bet you won't make it a lock.
No, I'm not. You're right. You're absolutely right. I will not make that a lock. Yeah, you're 100% correct.
All right. So you are taking the Dolphins, though.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins.
Okay. Rams at Broncos.
Rams.
Yeah.
You know, I think I might take the Broncos.
They just
He
lost to
lost
the
his mind.
Jets.
Here's the thing. They
Coach
lost
Rendor has
at
lost his mind.
They lost at New York. When people go to Denver, that
Ah.
air messes with you, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
true.
good point. Yeah, you're not
It's
wrong.
true.
So that's the only. If they were at Rams, I'd pick Rams all day. But
I
I'm
can
gonna
see
take
this
it.
being where they have a hiccup. The Rams. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going Broncos.
I could see that being a trap game too. Yeah, but I'm still picking the Rams.
Yeah,
They're
you're
5-0.
both-
I
you're-
can't.
You're both wrong. It's going to be the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing. If it ends up being a shootout, Case Keenum can't keep up with Jared Goff in that offense. Like,
Yeah.
it just can't. So,
it won't
You
be
know.
though.
yeah, right.
Yeah, well,
In
Yeah,
Denver,
exactly.
there's no way.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
gonna-
Denver almost-
It's going to be
They
6.
almost upset the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. They got a good defense. I mean, it's still, Von Miller's still playing.
Yeah.
Bradley Chubb opposite him, right? So,
Yeah.
Still going Rams.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
still going Rams. So, yeah.
Ravens at Titans.
Ew. Yucky.
Dinger.
This is gonna be another like 12-9 game.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
already
the
see it.
Ravens have just been ugly this year. I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, it's Joe Flacco. That's the reason, basically.
I think they're gonna win this game, but not in a pretty way. It's just gonna be they're just gonna crawl, biting tooth and nail.
You think they're
out of
going
this
to
one.
the Ravens who just lost to the Cleveland Browns Ravens going to
I think
Ravens are still 3-2.
They're like top of their division technically.
Let me just
Yeah.
drop a little stat on you.
All right,
Ooh,
The-
stats for Frendor.
go for it,
There's
Rob.
the number one. Whoa, you just call me Rob. Number one defense in the league is the Bears with 65 points allowed. Number two, the Ravens with 77 points allowed.
Yeah.
Snap.
Mhm.
It's a good
Yeah,
defense. And then the Titans, 86 points allowed.
So it's going to be a defensive battle, which
Yeah.
I guess we kind of just predicted.
12
Lots
to
of fun.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it might. It looks like. I swear I can see the score already is 12-9. Looking
Yeah.
at it right now, like it already happened.
But the thing is, it could be in either of the team's favor, though. Is the thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's going to be the Ravens.
I think it's going to be the Ravens, too. I'm picking Ravens as well.
I'm going Titans.
I'm going Titans, coach.
Woo.
Gotta go Titans. I don't
Those
have
Titans.
faith. I don't have faith in Flacco, especially on the road. And they did just lose to the Cleveland Browns, so that's going to be fresh in the
Yeah.
memory.
Mhm.
And they're gonna run into a stumbling block, coach.
No, but the
Yeah.
Browns are a good team, though. You don't understand.
Elite quarterback.
Elite.
Jaguars, Cowboys.
Cowboys, easy.
Ooh,
Really?
What?
Jags got.
I was
nothing
gonna
now. I
say
think they've been
Jaguars.
exposed.
I was gonna say
Nah,
Jaguars too.
They've been exposed, dude. Last week they got nothing but Bortles.
There's the Chiefs.
They got
Yeah.
nothing but Bortles.
But Cowboy, all they have is Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott.
Yeah, no, they don't
That's
really
literally
even
it.
have Dak Prescott. They've got Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes.
They have. That's-
He hasn't even doing too
Yeah, I've got Jaguars all the way.
It's got to be Jaguars.
Yeah,
All they're gonna do,
Jaguars.
they're gonna put 8 in the box, shut down Elliott, and then it's over.
That's what literally every team has been doing to the Cowboys, and they don't audible out of it. Like, they're not just like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, it looks like there's 11 men in the box right now.
Well, yeah, they're like, what are we gonna do now? Like, we don't have any other players. Just run it.
Run it up the middle. Let's see what happens. Maybe he wins. And sometimes
Oh,
he
it didn't
fucking
work.
does. That's how ridiculous that man is. Yeah.
It's
Well,
working.
yeah.
He's good enough, I guess.
Against bad teams, but this is like one of the top defenses as well. So like, just,
I think this still is the top defense, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
So,
mean,
yeah,
we
I'm taking
established that
Jaguars.
it was the Bears, but
Let's take a
Well,
look.
Jaguars allowed 86. They're on par with Tennessee. So, I mean, it's still a good deep. They're still like top 5.
yeah.
I guess we did just say it was the Bears. Huh? Yeah, it's definitely the
Yeah.
Bears.
Yeah, it's the Bears,
Jaguars,
yeah. Jacksonville's third, and surprisingly, the Redskins are still second,
Yeah.
That's weird.
despite getting
Yeah.
stomped.
I got Jags in that one.
Yeah,
Let's
Jags.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jags.
Then we
Here we
have
go.
the Chiefs at Patriots.
Game of the week right here.
That's
this is a
actually
good
going to be
one.
a great game.
Yep.
Yeah, Sunday
I'm
night.
terrified.
I would be too.
This is like it's gonna be a great game, but
Oh yeah.
we're gonna win. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a close one.
Yeah, I've got Pats. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I have to pick the Patriots too.
If this was 3 weeks earlier in the season, I think the Chiefs would win. But since it's week 6, we're gonna win.
I'll tell you what's swaying my vote is the fact that it's in Foxborough. That's the only thing. That's the
Yes.
only reason why I'm taking the
It's in.
Chiefs are gonna win.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, Krendor.
There it is. Pat
Oh,
Mahomes,
yeah.
get me like 40 points. Come on.
This is,
Dude.
I mean, it's obvious to say, but this is like a prove it game for Mahomes. If he can stand up and show up like on a Sunday night game against the Pats in Foxborough, that's big time.
So I'll tell you what, the reason that I'm picking the Pats is not because I don't think the Chiefs are very good. It's just I think that the Chiefs defense is not good, and it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He's gonna shred them. So
But we're
You
gonna
got
score
Josh
30
Gordon.
points. Like
Yeah.
if I can lock a stat that we're gonna score 30 points on the Chiefs, like 100%.
yeah, I think you're
But
right.
is that
and
gonna be enough?
that's the
I think
question,
so,
right?
yeah.
Well,
I-
the Chiefs have put up 38, 42, 38, 27, and then 30 against the Jaguars.
Yeah,
it's
I can see this
insane.
being like a 35-30 or something like that. Honestly.
Yeah, I think
It's-
this could be a
easy to
shootout.
end up being something like that.
Now this is the game that we all need to be on Discord for.
Mhm.
This is, I mean, this is going to be a wild game because I don't think I think both teams are just going to decide not to play defense because there's no point.
Yeah.
Like,
Why bother?
Yeah, it's gonna. But I'm picking Pats.
I'm picking Pats too.
If this was in Kansas City, I'd be picking Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm still going Chiefs, man. I can't
yeah,
go against
dude.
the Chiefs. I can't go
There's-
against their offense.
Dude, if the Chiefs are 6-0 after beating the Pats at home, they're one of the best teams I've seen in recent memory.
I think
That'll
they're
be
number one.
incredible.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
mean,
I'd be blown
what's
away
their
by the
offense
Pats
at?
are gonna
They've
win.
got, where is it? 175 points scored.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Pretty
And I
good.
think that's number one. Oh, wait, no. The Saints are better by 5 points, 180.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy
And
considering
the
that's-
Rams.
Considering how underrated Drew Brees is.
Criminally so.
So
And
bad.
the Rams at 173. All right, there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So those are some powerhouse offenses. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
take
That'd be
Chiefs. They'll take Patriots.
one hell of a game though.
Yeah.
And then Monday night, please, sweet Jesus, do not let us lose to the 49ers
My lock-
at Green
lock
Bay.
of the week, coach. Lock of the week. Green Bay Packers is my lock of the week.
Okay, thank you. It's at Lambeau. Okay, we got an extra day to rest Aaron's knee. After this week, we got a bye week. You can sit at home
If
and
you
just
lose
watch
this
TV
game,
and heal
your
your
season
knee.
is over, dude. It's gone. Like,
Yeah.
irredeemable. You have to
Here's-
win this.
Pretty rough.
This is like one of the worst teams in the league. We're
Yeah.
playing at home. We have to like destroy them. Not even
Yeah.
like barely win. Like we need to just destroy them.
Have you guys seen that video of the horse going into the industrial? That's what the Packers defense is going to do to the San Francisco offense.
It's like
Uh,
I can see them losing this game because that's what's
Yeah.
happening now, man. Like everything's so fucking topsy-turvy. It's all chaos. The 49ers somehow Joey Beathard is going to become a superhero and Joey lead him to victory here in Lambeau.
Yeah.
there's no game anymore that like makes me be like, this is a lock. Like sure we beat the
Yeah.
Bills, but even then I was
Lock
like worried.
of the week.
I was still worried the whole time. It's just I want to like see our team just play a good game, like no
I
penalties,
just want everyone to
no
have
missed
fun.
field goals, no just like a good like second half against the Bears type game.
Oh,
Like, it's
what
all
it
I
must
want.
be like to have that as being normal for
Yeah,
you.
really.
It's a good
Yeah.
game of football.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
talk to me and Rob after this season.
if the 49ers in this game beat the Packers, I might laugh harder than I did when the Browns beat the Jets. Like it's almost looking that bad.
We had some good
Yeah.
chortles at that game. That was Crendor and I. We shared maybe like 200 texts throughout that entire game. It was just great.
It
We're
was
like,
pretty great.
We're gonna destroy Rob this week.
That was a very bad loss.
Mhm.
It was very bad. Well,
Yeah.
there was
You
I'm
guys
taking
kinda
Green
like-
Bay, by the way, in case anyone didn't know. It's Green Bay. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Green Bay.
You guys
Is
didn't pick your
everybody-
locks. I don't know if you picked your locks.
I picked my lock. No, I got mine. It's Texans over Bills.
You know what? I'm taking my lock in the Vikings over the Cards.
That's probably pretty safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take my lock. Actually, before I take my lock, I want to mention 2016. The Packers started 2-1, then the bye week, and then they went 3-1. Then they went 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, 4-5, 4-6. And then that's when they ran the table at 4-6. I remember being like, fire Mike McCarthy, fire everybody. And then Aaron Rodgers was just like, nah, we're going to run the table, bro. And I was like, I trust you. And then he ran the table, destroying everyone until we got blown out by the Falcons in the championship game. And then it was very sad.
Actually,
But-
yeah, go on.
I'm hoping that's what happens again this year is all I'm saying.
I'm curious to ask you as a Packers fan. I mean, granted, I see you're clearly biased in disliking Mike McCarthy. I understand.
Right.
But if he doesn't make the playoffs this year with Aaron Rodgers at QB, is he out? Is that
He's
it?
out.
You
No
think
doubt.
so? They're just gonna call it? Because I mean, he's only had like one losing season, right?
Yeah, but we got the Goot upstairs now. Ted Thompson's gone. We got the Goot.
yeah.
And he's already fired Ted Thompson. He showed he likes to do some crazier shit, like he tried to get Khalil Mack. He's like went out in free agency. I think we will not miss the playoffs 2 years in a row and keep Mike McCarthy. If they don't make it this year, he's like 100% gone.
What
like,
if they make it
no
though?
doubt. He'll stay then.
Are you talking
That's
about
going to be the big thing.
playoffs?
Mike McCarthy.
Playoffs?
Talking about
playoffs?
Anyway, lock
Who's
of the
your
week.
lock coach?
My lock of the week is gonna be. Let's.
You can, by the way, we're allowed to pick like each other's locks too, as well.
Yeah.
FYI, you can pick the same lock.
I'm gonna take Jaguars at Cowboys. I'll take Jaguars as my lock.
Oh shit! All right.
I don't see the Cowboys winning that.
Okay.
I just want to point out how nice it was to hear the sentence, we can pick each other's locks. Like, it's not that funny, but it's a good sentence.
It
You
does
can
sound
pick
nice,
my
yeah.
lock any day.
All right, well, that's
a lot of explosives.
It's not that kind of team here, coach.
What are you, a rogue?
You don't even
All
need
right.
lock picks anymore. You don't even need those team
Terrible,
tools
terrible
anymore.
joke.
That's the
All
kind
right,
of comedy
that's-
that appeals to the people that listen to this show, though.
I
because
think
it's
you're
such a-
right.
Is it though?
I think you're right.
Yeah, a bunch of nerds who watch football and don't play World of Warcraft.
Dude, okay, so here the biggest trick the devil ever pulled was making people think that like sports
didn't
are
exist.
cool and not nerdy because they're crazy fucking nerdy.
Oh,
yeah.
they're very nerdy.
Yeah.
Just pulling
Fantasy
up
football
random
is
ass
D&D for
stats.
nerds.
It is, absolutely. Yeah.
The amount of like worthless stats I know about the last like 30 years of football is not good.
I
You've
just call
heard
it
me
D&D
speak.
for nerds. D&D for jocks, obviously. But
Right,
D&D
yeah,
for
there you go,
nerds,
yeah.
too, I guess, applies as well.
No, the D&D for nerds is what. Well, I think that's what LARPing is.
Like it could be
Oh, yeah.
somebody being like, the Packers haven't had a secondary, and I'll be like, Charles Woodson, Al Harris combined to put up 22 interceptions in a year in
And then
2010.
Rob will come in from the sideline, and then Mark Sanchez had a mustard hot dog. Just letting you know.
Oh, don't
I
talk about the
got a stat
Sanchez
for you.
like that, all right?
The dirty Sanchez.
All right. Well,
There you
I
go.
think that's it for the week. So thanks everybody again for joining this podcast.
Almost 2
And,
hours, coach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
we
a
went
long
a,
one this time.
we went a long time this week. That's all right. We got a lot done.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna try to actually put this up on other platforms this week for everybody that's like, why isn't it on the other thing? So yeah.
Dun, dun,
That's what you
dun,
guys
dun,
sound like.
dun.
Why can't you put it on this thing, Black Widow?
Dun, dun,
Playoff.
dun, 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 dun.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Dun, 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 dun.